Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth, the truth. You have to go back to the roots, the roots. Go to the roots, to the roots. Yeah, man, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth, Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment, the Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, no matter how them try run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!
Subscribe now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Afridamus Report. I'm your host, Afridamus. Welcome back again. Guys, I was having technical difficulties with the sound, but hopefully you guys can hear me. Those of you that are watching right now, can you put a one in the chat to indicate that you can hear me now? Can you put a one? And also, if you're new here, please make sure you subscribe if you haven't already done so, and please share the broadcast. I'm gonna wait for a lot more people to come in. Okay, I see a one in the chat. It looks like things are delayed. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome all of you to today's edition of the Afridamus Report. I'm gonna talk about, you guys remember a few months ago, we were talking about the coups in the Sahel, the three countries, Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso. They all had one problem in common, which is the French. But now, as people are seeing, they're like, okay, these countries technically weren't even, free, even though they said these countries were independent, but the French were still dictating, the terms over there. This became very apparent in the last coup that took place there in Niger, where they, kept their former president, whom eventually, people came to learn that he was in fact a French puppet, but he was captured by the military and put under house arrest. France tried all avenues to try to get the military to relinquish power so they can return the man, Bazoum, in power. But you see, it became so clear that, okay, Bazoum now is an employee for the French. He was supposed to be the president of the country, but all this talk that France was engaging in, saying they toppled a democratically elected president as the leader, so therefore these people have to adhere to that. So this is very suspicious to any logical mind, because why is France so vested into, this country's deep political, affairs? Why should they push these the bazoom onto the people if the people are not even willing to take him as their leader? Because you see, if the people were against the military junta, as they say, they would have rose up against them. But instead, they were celebrating. And, we weren't there, but these people are there. They want the military in charge. But then here comes ECOWAS. The formation of ECOWAS was about, strengthening economic economic trade between West African nations. So this was what ECOWAS was about. Eventually, they got a military branch, you know. So long story short, ECOWAS said, "No, not so fast, military guys. In fact, ECOWAS, we are going to put sanctions on these three countries: Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger. I believe Guinea too, but Guinea's sanction is a soft one." So think about it. You are now Burkina Faso, you are Niger, you're Mali. You are battling insurgents, insurgents in the Sahel region all these years. You're taking casualties, you're fighting them. But ECOWAS is nowhere to say, hey, let's put a meeting together. Let's talk about this Sahel issue, because you see, these countries are also part of ECOWAS. They didn't do that. But as soon as the military decided to step in, now ECOWAS is like, nah, bro, you can't do that. Even if you guys got a corrupt dictator, we don't even know if this guy won fair and square, because, shenanigans do happen in elections, not only in Africa. Okay. So, but by the reaction of the people, you know, you start wondering, man, did they even vote for this guy? But that's besides the point. ECOWAS held meetings. They said, we are here to defend democracy. That's what they always say. We are here to defend democracy. So therefore, we are not going to stand by and just allow some rank and file army military guys to come over here and try to remove us, the big men, out of our air-conditioned offices and our nice, beautiful European cars. This is not going to happen. But you see, ECOWAS at this point was sounding very suspicious and shady. You see, it's no longer the 90s when information was just kept in one area. Now people have access to information. So ECOWAS is like, nah, we're going to put sanction on you guys. And in fact, they threaten military intervention. And ECOWAS seat is Nigeria. Nigerian president is the head of ECOWAS currently, Bola Tinubu. So the Nigerian president took a hard stance against, Niger especially, because Nigeria supplies Niger with electricity. He shut down, the movement of cars, goods, and these people, this is heavy on them. Heavy. Let me say hello to all you guys here. Dwayne says, sorry to hear about the problems you had on your farm, my brother. Hey, thank you. Thank you. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. But gotta keep pushing. Say, what's good, Afredamus? Not much. What's good? Hell to ECOWAS, nothing but France puppet organization. I can see why Niger turned to Russia for support. Exactly. So as you can see, clearly, so people, just like some of you are writing in the chat, So the Nigerian president's action, because he just got elected, and Nigeria itself as a country have lots of issues to tackle. So Mr. Tinubu was not focused on that. He made this a 911 mission, like this is hot mission. So he gave ultimatum to Niger. They're like, you have to return the Mohamed Bazoum in power, or else, we are gonna have to, step in and come in with guns blazing. Niger, the army is like, hey, we're not moving. You can do whatever you like. So Burkina Faso and Mali came, they said, look, we got your back. If you're gonna fight these people, you're gonna come in and kick in Niger's door, guess what? That means you kicking in our doors too. And rightfully so. Because Burkina Faso and Mali and Niger got similar situations. If they stand by and let Niger be taken by itself, guess what? If Niger is down, they are going to be the next target. That would embolden France and ECOWAS. So at some point in this journey, we started seeing, not only me, you, all common sense people, started seeing like, hey, ECOWAS is not even serving the purpose that it said the organization is about. France is pulling its strings. Maybe back in the days, ECOWAS was good, but if you look at it, all the French speaking countries, all the French speaking ones, they somehow they don't like ECOWAS. I've noticed that, except Senegal. Um, Mauritania. Mauritania was the first. Oh, excuse me. Can you guys see me or hear me? I think I'm frozen again. Oh, no. All right, guys. Guys, sorry about that. I don't know what happened to the internet here. I'm like in the middle and it just said I'm completely cut off. But all right. Um, let's see. You guys can hear me, right? All right, let's continue from here. So I've got these news clips here that I'm going to play for you guys to hear some of the discussion that is taking place about these countries. Eventually, they are leaving ECOWAS. They have decided that they've had enough and it's time for them to leave. You know, like I said, in the past, Mauritania was, you know, amongst, it's among the first country that ever left. Uh, all right. So I'm gonna bring this news discussion here, so you guys can hear, what has been said. So Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso, ECOWAS put sanction on them. So finally, they decided, look, they no longer trust ECOWAS because it looks like ECOWAS is doing the bidding of France. They don't trust ECOWAS anymore. So they formed their own bloc, their own alliance with each other, and they said, "Hey, it's time for them to leave." So let me do my copyright disclaimer here, and then we will get right into this news discussion here. This is for fair use. All right. So let's go straight to Nigeria, because you see, like, Nigeria have a lot of interest in this. So now we're gonna listen and have discussion on what does this mean for West Africa. Because I've met some people, even when I was in the Gambia, they were like, black people, they're like, oh, I got my ECOWAS travel card. So now, for instance, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, they just decided they're no longer part of ECOWAS. What would that mean for travel? You see? So people get it. That all has to be taken into consideration. What would that mean to Nigeria? Is this going to weaken West Africa, and especially Nigeria? Because Nigeria shares a vast border with Niger. It's pretty much the same country. So if one country is not part of ECOWAS and this other one is the capital of ECOWAS, how would that work? Is ECOWAS even now just a French organization that is just put up front? Or maybe France was using ECOWAS to weaken West Africa. But here we go. Let me share this interesting discussion here that I came across about these countries leaving. Here we go.
Welcome to the program. Now, the military regimes in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger have announced their immediate withdrawal from the West African bloc, ECOWAS. The leaders of the three Sahel nations in a statement said it was, quote, a sovereign decision to leave the Economic Community of West African States without delay. The three countries have had a frosty relationship with ECOWAS since the coup took place in Niger last July, Burkina Faso in 2022, and Mali in 2020. All three countries were suspended from ECOWAS, with Niger and Mali facing heavy sanctions. Now, the withdrawal of the French military from the Sahel region along the Sahara Desert has heightened concerns over the conflict spreading southwards to the Gulf of Guinea, especially states like Ghana, Togo, Benin, and Ivory Coast. The sudden withdrawal of membership from the bloc is being predicted to have negative effects on the region. Well, to better understand the implications of this exit, I'm joined now in the studio by Professor Jibrin Ibrahim, who's the Senior Fellow at the prestigious Center for Democracy and Development. Thank you so much, Prof.
So you hear that. So these countries have withdrawn from ECOWAS. So what does this mean to the West African bloc itself? So let's hear from some very smart fellows from Nigeria who are very knowledgeable about what is happening in this region as we speak. Here we go.
For joining us. Then of course we also have Professor Jidiofor Adibe, who's the Professor of Political Science at the Nasarawa State University, joining us. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us here at Arise News. Professor Jibrin, let's talk about how consequential this decision is for ECOWAS. I mean, it's 49 years since it was set up in 1975. And then, of course, right here in Nigeria, in Lagos, by then military head of state, Yakubu Gowon. ECOWAS will be 50 next year. How hard is this blow to ECOWAS?
Well, it's a very...
Isn't it amazing? ECOWAS was set up by a military man, Yakubu Gowon, and it's been broken up by the military at the same time again. So here we go.
A very heavy blow for ECOWAS, which, as you recall, had 16 members until Mauritania left over 2 decades ago. When Mauritania left, it followed the treaty conditions which say you cannot just walk out of the organization. You must give 1 year notice. This time around, they are not even giving any notice and want it with immediate effect. When you look at the map of West Africa without those 3 countries, it essentially becomes the coastal states and completely changes the dynamics of the region. So I think
this is true. So if Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, this goes into effect, they leave, you remove them from the map, ECOWAS would basically just be the coastal countries. So it would, because Mauritania is part of the Sahel too. So somehow the Sahelian countries are not really feeling, they're not feeling the vibe from the coastal countries. So let's go.
I think it's a serious blow, and we have to be very careful as a region how we address this crisis to make sure it doesn't blow out of proportion. And the risk of its blowing out of proportion are very, very high indeed.
And Professor Jidiofor Adibe, let's talk about how, in terms of landmass, these 3 countries actually have very huge landmass, and that will actually affect the sort of security situation that we have, considering the Sahelian crisis we've been managing since 2003. Talk to us about Nigeria having about 1.26 million square meters, and then, of course, that of Mali about 1.24 million, and then, of course, Burkina Faso just about 230,000 or so.
So this is a vast territory. This is a vast territory. So let's listen to the smart professor here, break it down, what this means. Because you see, the politicians are not really thinking about all of this. All they care about is pushing their agenda. But, let's hear what the professor has to say.
Combined, this almost looks like a subcontinent on its own. For these 3 countries to be pulling out of ECOWAS, how can leaders like President Tinubu manage this crisis since Nigeria is chairing ECOWAS?
Well, thank you very much, Sambo. Let me just say that I see this slightly differently. For me, it is a sign of the failure of deterrence. In international relations, we have what we call deterrence, and in deterrence theory, you can simply say it's the use of your power to hurt as a bargaining chip. And you have to underline the word hurt, power to hurt, and bargaining chip. So when ECOWAS started by, okay, we can say that for deterrence to be effective, it must be credible. So for example, if you're little Gambia, you cannot go and tell US all options will be on table.
Why do they have to use Gambia as their example? Look at it. Take little Gambia, cannot go and give US options. This is true. But look, he's right. Deterrence. ECOWAS came and gave their example, basically it was a threat. Let's call it that. They gave Niger, they gave them a timeline. if they don't do exactly what they are asking them to do, they said they were going to take action, and they never did. So they failed in their deterrence steps. Guys, please make sure you hit the like so we can be, sent out in the algorithm to let the other people know the report is on.
And what is the essence of deterrence? It is to dissuade an adversary from starting a course of action which you don't like, or continue that which I have asked to stop. Now, ECOWAS did not do, in my own opinion, it would have taken a different, option. You just gave 1 week notice. You must hand over power. And the idea that it has to be credible, you don't have anything to implement your threat, which means it's not credible. And in that deterrence, it says the use of your power to hurt. Where is that power to hurt? As a bargaining chip. You don't use it, because once you use it, it's no longer deterrence. So you use that power to hurt by, in fact, once you employ deterrence, you want to conjure in the image of the person the possibilities of your hitting that person or that country or entity where it will hurt most. So in the case, ECOWAS did not have that. And you went ahead and gave 1 week ultimatum. Not just that you went in and you played all your cards, implemented sanctions, no-fly zone. So there's nothing again for you. They have seen the worst. Now the table has now turned. They have the aces now. Suddenly now you are saying we want to go and negotiate with them. Well, they were the ones before, they were the ones that are
appealing for that negotiation.
Yeah, not necessarily appealing for the.
So what the man is saying here, he said ECOWAS did not have any power to deter, get the military junta to give up power in these various countries. So it's just empty talk. Anyways, I have just put the link in the chat. Please hit the link, come through. Let's have the conversation. Is Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, are they right in exiting the organization? And if so, would this even affect West Africa? All right. I have Mr. Z in the house. Mr. Z, welcome to the Afridamus Report.
Yeah, hi Dan. Hi. I don't know that much. I know I've been following it a bit, and hopefully you could fill in some gaps to help me understand what the next stage is. So from what I understand it, these three countries were all former French colonies, and they got upset that basically the French have been continued to pimp them out and exploit them, and they said enough is enough. So they got them out and got the militaries out and kicked them out of their countries. Is that correct?
This is correct.
And they belong to ECOWAS, it's a regional bloc, and they were all three of them were founding members of this bloc 40-something years ago.
Right. Well, here, see, this guy explains it as a little bit here.
They have now something to leverage. So now they can say, look, if you don't want to read the sanctions, we will go. So in essence, ECOWAS has lost face. The diplomacy failed. That deterrence, use of deterrence as a bargaining chip also failed. So I think it was a learning chip. Tinubu was new in office. He needed to establish his tribe. He needed to establish, he was a young, he could take effective decision. But I think there were some strategic mistakes on the part of ECOWAS. How do we go now to reconfigure it? That would be the question.
Yeah, and Prof, I would like to actually have your views on that. How has President Tinubu managed this situation? I mean, because the essence of handing over the chairmanship to him, according to ECOWAS officials, was that he was coming at a time when the regional bloc was in full-fledged crisis.
I think it's important to look at this problem comprehensively.
All right. So you get the point, right?
Yeah, I get the point. So yeah, I mean, I think they're right. I think what they've shown is they've shown backbone. They've shown a willingness to stand up to the European colonialist masters. They've shown a desire to at least try and get more autonomy to lead the country as they want to do it, not in the best interests of European powers. And they realize that they've been pimped for quite a while, and they don't want to be pimped anymore. From what I can see, they have a lot in common. It seems like they've got a lot of they all follow Islam. They all have a lot of, I'm assuming they have a lot of fuller people there. Most of those countries have a lot of fuller people. I don't know, you can tell me. So, they have a chance of actually having a smaller, more united bloc. And then maybe one day they can expand a bit more. But it just goes to show that, maybe in Africa, there's a lot of diversity. and maybe you should start small with groups you have more in common with, and then think if you can expand from there, because it looks like ECOWAS.
So you
Yeah.
don't think like this would affect movement and trade in West Africa, because this ECOWAS was supposed to be a regional trading bloc. They even want to introduce ECOWAS money, um, free movement. So since this, the Sahel is their own bloc, would they implement visas? How are they gonna get goods and services? So these are all things that um, that needs to be taken into consideration.
Aren't they going to pivot towards Russia, and that's going to link them up maybe to some extra sources of income, for example, China and the BRICS through Russia, in terms of supply chains and getting goods and weapons and infrastructure projects and stuff? I've heard they've pivoted towards Russia, and by doing so, they may be able to
Yeah,
access.
but they are also going to be cut off from the regional bloc countries.
But I also heard that they're trying to make links with some North African countries. I've heard they're
Yes,
thinking, yeah,
yes,
exactly.
they already are with Morocco. In fact, this guy says it here, because Burkina Faso was, receiving their goods from Ghana, so it looks like they might be cutting Ghana off.
There were 4 errors of judgment that occurred, and he has listed one, that of ECOWAS and the failure of its deterrence. But before that error, the military in these 3 countries, for when you add Guinea, made a strategic blunder by breaking out of a normative framework collectively developed by all the 15 countries in Europe to maintain a constitutional and democratic regime. And that's what provoked the whole crisis in the first place. The second error is the one he has mentioned. The third error is these 3 countries are all landlocked. They are all having serious problems combating terrorism, and they've now decided to open a third front of confrontation. As you know, the basis of leaving ECOWAS is because Morocco has offered them access to the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
Boom! Did you guys hear that? So what made their decision easier? Because you see, ECOWAS was trying to flex muscle on them. So these countries, they are landlocked countries. They don't have access to the ocean. So they were using other, like Ghana and other West African countries, to get their supply from the ocean. But now, Morocco on the south is going to offer that to them, and Morocco is closer to them too. So that made their decision a lot easier. And I think Morocco also is going to be exploiting this opportunity. What do you guys think?
I'll step down. I'll let you guys go ahead.
All right. We got Kidola. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
Yeah. So Kidola, do you think Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger leaving ECOWAS? What does this mean for ECOWAS?
Afridamos, them living ECOWAS is of a lot of reasons, right?
Right.
You have to understand, Tinubu that just came to power and his advisors they actually advised Tinubu well about some certain things. I think they made him the chairman of ECOWAS. I think after Buhari,
Yeah.
that was too early. He would have passed by to somebody, to some of the other countries.
Yeah.
Moreover, France have the way he playing his game. You understand me? The pressure for France today is not when France was using Nigeria as a kind of like a long stick against some of his francophone countries.
Right.
You understand me? So Timo at that time was having election problem. I think was looking for acceptance, legitimities.
Yeah.
He used democracy and use some threatening words You understand?
Yeah.
That was not supposed to be used. But because we were looking to favor the Western people, he was using some of these threatening words without actually not consulting well with some Nigeria elders who know how to navigate some of these people. You have to understand, Niger, Burkina Faso, these are all Francophone countries.
Right.
They don't really trust the Anglophone countries like that. You understand me?
Mhm.
Where Nigeria would have played a very kind of like a safe game. Because France can easily, because France have been doing selling badness about Anglophone countries to some of this to his Francophone countries. You understand me?
Right.
So he used some threatening words. He sanctioned them, even when he knows that some part of Niger or Niger is a brotherly sisters or brotherly have relatives a relative in Nigeria. You understand me? Which they are also people. They're close. They're doing business together. I think then he also had pressure also for the ex-president of Nigeria, Buhari, who the other puppet government was his very best friend. Because that guy was coming to Nigeria to party. They have a lot of things together.
Oh, Bazoum.
Bazoum. He
Yeah.
even built he even built a train network to Niger during his time. You
Okay.
understand? So Niger felt disrespected. It felt Nigeria want to tell them how they will run their own country. You have to say ECOWAS is an economical organization. It's not
Yeah.
a political organization. It's just an economic organization. Only when you have instability in your country, there's civil war. That is when they will step in. But Nigeria have no civil war. The population supports that coup. You
Yeah.
understand me? But they were still pushing. Nigeria was almost talking out of the mouth like a white man, Western nation. You understand me? Like, you must, we'll give you 1 week, we'll give you this. Sorry, I think he was almost trying to threaten or carry out, I think the Senate and some of these northern boundaries in Nigeria said, don't try it. Don't try it. You understand? Then,
But now you look at it, like Burkina Faso was, getting access to the ocean, through Ghana.
yes,
And that relationship was not as good. But now they would rather go to Morocco.
yes,
Morocco is offering it to them.
yes,
So
yes,
why do you think they rather deal with the north than
yes.
places like Ghana?
That's where I said Nigeria would have played safe. You have to understand, first of all, Burkina Faso was like the spokesman, was the one kind of like sweet talking Tinubu. You see, proper government that are not democratic themselves start coming to say, oh, we want democracy, we not allow it to happen in Africa. You ask me, Ouattara, how did Ouattara come to power? Did Ouattara ever hold election? No. But Ouattara was almost kind of like body to Tinubu at that time. Without
Right.
people don't understand that Morocco wanted to join West African Union, but I think some countries or Liberia, whatever country rejected them. So Morocco now see, because they have problem with France, Morocco now see where to cut in now from the back door.
Yeah, and they also have problem with Algeria.
They have problem with Algeria. So Morocco have a way now to cut in. It's so that at the end of the day, if this Sahel country ever want to come back again to ECOWAS, this Sahel region will not brought them in. You see, that's where
Oh,
that's how Morocco is offering them a port now. You understand me? Just
yeah.
let me tell you, for Damos, without the Sahel, also country like Ghana, country like Togo, Benin, even Ghana, some agricultural products will not even survive. Everybody's feeding each other. You understand me? So Tinubu is not so experienced in some of these international affairs. He's not taking things into like brotherly way of things. He just speak the French way of life. And not today, France have been doing pressuring Nigeria to dance into their tune. They did it against Ivory Coast when Laurent Gbagbo was there. He was tweeting Jonathan, you are democracy. You are democracy. The Jonathan now finally was asking Bible, yeah, you need to leave. You lose at the election. What happened? When Nigeria started supporting them, France now brought out their military men from their base in their capital to fight backbone guards. That's how France was. It's not. France was looking for a way to have a permission from.
And Kidola, to make it worse, as we speak, Tinubu is in France right now with.
So you have to start. I swear to God, it was not like Niger was scared of Nigeria, but Niger was scared of Nigeria supporting France, might be politically.
Yeah.
The France will use that to invade them, with their military that already be based there by coming up. But surprisingly, France was surprised that the same Nigeria was relying to Tinubu could not actually, because the Senate and the Northerners told him, don't do it. You are fighting France fight. The Northerners in the boundary region in Nigeria there, the people started protesting. All doing Abuja, the women started saying, no, this is French talking. This is not Nigeria. Nigeria is our brotherly country. Nigeria is part of us. We're brothers. We are the same.
But Tinubu still shut off the electricity. Nigeria still shut off the electricity to them.
Look, yes, that's what I said. Tinubu went as far, too far. You understand me? Look, Tinubu is in the space. He doesn't know nothing about foreign affairs. He don't even know where Nigeria is at that time. You understand me? He's a Lagos man. You understand me? He just came to power. He was facing all kind of electoral problem, and he was scared maybe America might not recognize him, or it might be due to his other things. So he was dancing the dance of I'm a Democrat. You understand me? You see, this is the problem with Africans. They will not chase their interests. They'll be chasing the interests of the other side. Jonathan fall into this trap also. What happened to Jonathan when Jonathan succumbed to France? Obama came and the British asked Jonathan to accept gay as part of the norms in African culture, in African society. Because Jonathan already laid down his hand as a very weak man. Because he already danced to France's request against Ivory Coast that Gbagbo lost the election. Gbagbo need to go. He's a dictator. Is this? Then after that, then Obama came and said, "You see, gay rights. You have to change your constitution to legalize gay rights." When Jonathan says, "Hell no, it's not going to be possible," that even the traditionalists, the Christians and the Muslims will never accept it. You understand me? These people have their own way of life. What happened to Jonathan? They co-host against him, and that's how Buhari won that election. And they asked him, don't dare try to ring no election, otherwise we will seize your money. Because they will always have what to hold you with. Because you have money in their country. You have your children in their country. You stole some money that your proteges, they know where your money is. So they know how to seize, how to hold your broadcast so that you will not be a man, you will not be a human being anymore. Rather, you become like a dog. So what you see now is the same thing happened to Tinubu. Tinubu is always going to France. You have some assets in England. Yeah, everywhere. So he's not really a free man compared to Buhari, who doesn't have most of all this is in nowhere. So you cannot threaten him. You have nothing to do to
because
him.
Buhari, he's in Nigeria, huh? He's
a
Niger man.
Yeah, he have no asset nowhere. You understand?
Yeah.
So by the time you started having all this asset, that's why in Nigeria, the most corrupt politicians in Nigeria are the ones that have links to Britain and to United States. They are the most.
So you said so Buhari. So then Buhari, he's a straight man then.
Yeah, yes, Buhari, you can say is personally himself is straight.
Okay.
But his people that surround him when he was in power, they are all nastily corrupt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can say it's straight, but he's very, very corrupt. His people around him is very, very corrupt. So personally about him, he doesn't have houses in London or in America. He might have maybe 1 or 2 houses in his area there.
Yeah.
That's just what that's just how Buhari is.
Okay. All right. Let's bring in Kabiru also. Kabiru, welcome to the Afridamus Report. Kabiru.
Thank you.
Kabiru,
Yeah.
do you think have you heard about Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, quitting ECOWAS? And what does this mean for ECOWAS and especially Nigeria for trade and movement?
Okay, well, in 2022, my ECOWAS passport ran out. So they said that you can either go to Houston, Texas, Atlanta, or Washington D.C. or New York to go get it. So when I went to Atlanta to go get my ECOWAS passport renewed, they're like, Kabiru Kadinu, you be Hausa? And then they charged me an extra $100 and said that I didn't fill out the paperwork right. And I paid
So
them the extra.
they profiled you.
Yeah, because of my surname, because of my last name. I don't have a
Were these
uh
Nigerians?
yeah, because I have a house last name and first name. So there one of them was I think Yoruba, and then the other one was Igbo that was working inside. And the house guy was like, "Come on, man," because he was trying to do it to my brother too and charge him an extra $100. But at the time, I had dreadlocks too, so they really pushed it towards me and had me pay an extra $100. And they're like, "What are you doing with your hair? You're in America. You should not have long hair like that." But I know this from experience. I just paid the money, shook their hands, and got my passport. But in Nigeria, right? They changed the constitution in 1999, in which every 8 years, somebody from the South has to be president. And then another 8 years, somebody from the North has to be president. But if you so it's like the electoral college, where you might lose the popular vote, but you win it based on the electoral college. But if you look at Nigeria, there are more Hausas and Fulanis than there are Yorubas and Igbos combined. And because they know that, they have put in laws in which punish the Hausas and the Fulanis. Like Buhari, for instance, when his son did his wedding, he was riding a motorcycle, and they came to come and just throw him off the road, and he got into an accident. Buhari, they said he had over 100,000 cows at one time, and he used to show his cows. And a lot of the media, in Nigeria, they don't want uh, you know those houses to gain promise. You know what I'm saying? So they make up things and say, that they're very evil, they're herdsmen, they come and kill people. But anybody in Nigeria will tell you that a Hausa man is your friend. They're very, very uh good in business in Nigeria, but they compete with the Yorubas and the Igbos. But the Yorubas and the Igbos, they go and they get their products from China, or they get their products that are barcoded. But the houses, they'll sell you suya at night. You know what I'm saying? They'll sell you different things like kokonu, which is a drink, and Zobo, which is a drink. You know what I'm saying? And they're very, very their their population is more than the than the Yorubas and the Igbos, but they're not allowed to be in power. So
All right.
I don't
Thank
know
you.
what's going on with Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, but quite honestly, it's not going to affect Nigeria because it's a cash crop. It's not going to affect their economy. Because there's nothing that they can really gain out of Mali, Niger, or Burkina Faso. They're landlocked and they don't have oil and petrol. So there's really nothing that they can get out of them. You know what I'm saying? And, when I was in Nigeria, everybody would say an Igbo man will never be president. In Nigeria, they said an Igbo
Please,
man
let's
will
not
never be
make this thing
president.
about Nigeria. Come on, let's
Yeah, but is that true? Do people in Nigeria say that an Igbo man would never be president?
Yeah, we can have another stream and talk about that, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, the truth, though. You know, a lot of Niger, but the thing about it is that now what's happening is that a lot of houses are very secretive because they live in the South. So a lot of them stop going to mosques and they stop going, and they don't bring their cows down south because, you know, they don't want to be targeted by the people in the South who are chasing things like Nollywood and are chasing Western culture.
All right. Well, okay. So you saying this is, Burkina Faso, Mali leaving ECOWAS is not going to affect ECOWAS?
No, it's not going to affect ECOWAS because even Chad Republic has never been in ECOWAS, but you know they're helping Burkina Faso and Mali out too.
Mm, okay. Uh, okay, here. Give me a second. Let's bring in Zongo. Zongo, welcome to the Afridamus report.
Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Yo, Okifaru, you came back.
Yes, okay. You know, sometimes I get bored. You know, I get bored really easily when people are off topic. And this is the thing. You know, we as Pan Africanists, when we see these people coming out from the ECOWAS, we feel really, really relieved because that is the beginning of a movement that was created for African people to come together. And if you know, ECOWAS was created in, I think, 1975 by 7 military officers, you know, 7 of them, and all of them came to power through a coup d'etat.
You're right.
And yes, and they say, okay, for us to stick together and protect ourselves, we need to create a movement that we need to make sure we are free from this colonialist imperialism and build Africa, West Africa. It was military people. So now, if we see this present 3 military people, they say, okay, this organization that we created has been hijacked by corrupt politicians who don't actually have the interests of the African people, but have the interests of the West. Then I think this organization, we need to get away from it. I think most of you don't understand French. If you listen to Ibrahim Touare of Burkina Faso, how he speaks, you will understand that there's no coming back. There's no coming back. And
So,
we
so,
wish,
so, so
we
when,
wish
when you say not coming back, what do you mean?
to ECOWAS. Some people thinking maybe there
But
was some
ECOWAS
kind of
is still saying that they're not gonna let them out because they didn't
they,
give the right,
no, that they've created a documentation and communicate
okay.
to ECOWAS, and they will need to finalize it. So these people are not coming back. And see the guys, and we want that most like that region. We don't want only those 3 African countries. We expected Guinea to join this alliance, but we know Domboya has got his little Becky, and that might be stopping
Wait,
him from joining this military alliance
wait,
because
wait, wait. So you're saying his white French wife is stopping him?
of course, Domboya is they're just giving him some, I don't know, some couscous what they eat over there, and he's just sitting quiet. And again,
So what do
this
you
guy
think this means for
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 ECOWAS,
for
yeah,
for, for ECOWAS? Because if you
oh,
look at it, for example, now Mali, Burkina Faso,
yes,
Niger, these are countries, they are landlocked. But
exactly. Mhm.
now, for example, Burkina Faso was using, the seaport in Ghana, but they're going
Yes,
to stop that. They're going to turn to, Morocco, for that.
and
So,
yes, okay,
so this is taking away money out of, Ghana's pocket. So
exactly,
already trade is going to be affected. So
yes,
so what else do you
okay,
think will
okay,
be a problem?
okay, yeah. I think we don't understand. They have a gem that they are playing that people don't even realize. There is a pipeline that needs to pass from Warri, Nigeria, passing through Mali, Burkina Faso to Tunisia. Okay, and this pipeline was supposed to be monitored by ECOWAS. So now, if those three countries are not part of ECOWAS, then that deal cannot go anymore. So they need to make a complete different alliance with that three country, and that is where France or the European Union will need to trade something. You understand? They know exactly what they're doing. You will
Yeah.
need to trade. You will need to give them a route to a seaport or whatever, or that deal would not go through. If you look, it's called the Wari, I don't know, from Wari, Nigeria, right up there. And that's why they had to tell Tinubu that these people, you must attack them. Because if you don't, they're going to leave ECOWAS, and this deal, this multi-million-dollar deals that they're
Billions.
trading from here, we need to take oil from Nigeria to the West, is going to fail. And that is
So
what they're
then
trying to.
why did Nigeria take the stance against these countries? Do you think is
Yes,
Nigeria
yes.
speaking on its own, or Nigeria, or the Tinubu is
I
being
think
pushed from the is getting pressure from the French?
Yeah, okay. I think Nigeria has been like the sole responsibility of the ECOWAS. They are the ones who have been doing much of ECOWAS work, like sending military intervene, like to intervene, maybe in I think Sierra Leone, Liberia, and many places. So they did not believe. To them, it was impossible that something like that could happen. So they were laid back and feel so naive, and they were so sure that maybe this alliance would not work. It's something that they even they can't believe themselves that is happening. And now recently they've created the AES, La Alliance d'État Sahel. So that's in French. It's the state of the Alliance of Sahelian State. It's a military alliance, and they're warning everyone that if you dare attack one of us, you are in trouble with all of us.
Yeah.
All ECOWAS combined has not got power to fight those three states. When we talk about ECOWAS, it's mostly Nigeria, because Nigeria is the one that is willing to send its military. So they can't. Nigeria, like attacking the silent state, is something they would never do. So now Morocco coming in, I think Morocco is just trying to play the game of Morocco is trying to come in because there's a problem, trying to gain favor from the silent state, because we all remember Morocco has tried to join an ECOWAS and they were rejected. So to them, this is the best time for them to come in to have some uh, to get some sympathy from these people, you know, to if ever they need to come to be part of ECOWAS, they might vote in favor for them. And this guy is saying that these people have not got nothing. Mali, I don't know, Burkina Faso, I think one of those countries has got uranium. It's like really, really massive. Though
Yeah, they
to use
both they
it,
got gold.
they
Mali
got
got
they,
gold.
they got
Burkina.
gold, yes, exactly. And when you got gold, you got all those things. There's always gonna be a sea route. Those most countries around them are not that rich. They can go through Benin, no, through Benin. I don't know, what's this other country?
Benin is
Guinea-Bissau.
ECOWAS.
Yes, Guinea-Bissau. It's just money. If they can make a deal with these people, they would do it. So I don't think there's any deal. There's something is stopping them from progressing. I think they've sat and realized, like, put all the option on the table. And Ibrahim Touare said it clear. It is done. ECOWAS was created for us to be brothers. But you cut lights. You seize your electricity from your own brother that you actually know you depend on. What kind of brotherhood are you talking about? Therefore, you don't have me, you don't see me as a brother. If you look at the interview, there are these military guys there, they speak facts. So it's all for ECOWAS. He said ECOWAS was created by military people, and that it should be military people, not corrupt politicians have hijacked the movement and working out on the interests of the European countries.
All right. All right. Let's bring in Zongo. Zongo, are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm on the line with you.
Yes. So Zongo, you've heard what people are saying, the speakers before you. But Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger leaving ECOWAS. What impact do you foresee, this would have on the progress of those West African nations?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know why a lot of people are just directing their attention on just the political aspect, because the primary aim of this economic bloc is to ensure economic progress among this West African states. So this exit, if you ask me, yeah, I'm thinking the member state of ECOWAS are going to experience that shock. The trade benefits that they are enjoying from these member countries that currently have exited, like in the case of maybe Ghana or Nigeria, because if you look at the import and export trade benefit that they enjoy, they are going to redirect all the benefits to Morocco and those countries that may enjoy the transportational uh, benefits between those export and import of goods and services. Uh, well, people are going to lose their jobs. I mean, maybe they wouldn't experience the shock within a short period of time, but midterm, long term, they're going to experience that shock because a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. Because they're going to stop importing their stuff through the port of Ghana. The Ghanaian government or probably the other member states are going to see a reduction in their import duties because a country like Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali, I'm sure these member states are really getting huge sums of money from the import duties that come through those. And then even within the supply chain, the transportation sector is providing jobs to a lot of people, those who are transporting those goods back and forth to the seaport. People are going to lose their jobs and create new job opportunities
In
to
Morocco.
in Morocco.
Because like Burkina Faso is not gonna take the chance of like already Nigeria is the seat of ECOWAS, and
Yeah,
Nigeria is making all these threats, and Ghana is gonna follow right through. So
yeah,
they're not gonna trust putting their faith in the hands of Ghana, because that way, because they can be sanctioned, because
exactly.
Ghana will go along.
Yeah, I mean the supply chain. I mean, a lot of people are gonna lose their jobs. Ghana. I mean, if Niger is important to Nigeria, I mean, those those the
But
businessmen.
the trade will not stop between them and Nigeria, though. The border is too long, especially the north. They are too into each other. You know,
No, I mean, like actually, I mean, what I mean, like goods that are coming from the seaports,
or
like
the seaport. Okay.
exactly. I mean, what I mean is like maybe importation. I mean, stuff that we don't have, we don't manufacture in our respective countries, right? And you have to just think if you do that analysis,
They'll get it from Morocco now. Let's see.
and it's
Let me
gonna
read this real quick. MS Delta, thank you for the super chat. He said, "Do we FBA need to go back and fix Nigeria, since our Nigerian cousins are not playing a leadership role in the process of West African progress?
yeah.
Give Nigeria to FBA."
eh,
Oh, well,
eh,
what do you say to that? The FBA have to come and fix, Nigeria. You
If
know.
if we give Nigeria to FBA, man, Nigeria will turn to
Thank you.
Haiti.
and also like
Nigeria will be broke, man.
and also Afinamas, I don't know like some of the like the overall economic benefit that they're enjoying from this community. But I do know like Ghana like was providing electricity to Burkina Faso. So now, I
Well,
mean,
just like
Hey, Zongo,
Nigeria,
Zongo, can I ask you a question real quick?
Nigeria
yeah.
provides electricity to Niger,
Yeah.
and they shut it off.
So the
Hey,
company
Zambia,
I got,
sorry, Afridamos, let me ask Zongo, probably you guys from the English speaking West ECOWAS countries. Okay, from what I understand,
Mhm.
for many years, the Anglophone ECOWAS countries have always been complaining that France has been a problem. Like, whenever they want to do something, they will say French, English, American, Russia, China,
Mike, what happened to you?
Mike,
You muted.
he's muted. Mike, unmute yourself.
Maybe he was speaking on the phone. Someone probably called him. So
Okay, continue, Zongo, making your point.
Yeah, and the electricity. So I mean, the company that is enjoying this trade benefit between these corporations. I mean, electricity company of Ghana, they're gonna lose money. They're definitely gonna lose money. I mean, Burkina, if Nigeria is supplying Niger,
Sorry, I had a phone call, man. Someone just called me at the wrong time. Sorry about
yeah,
that. So what I was trying to ask you is, okay, from my what I understand, for decades, for a long time, the Anglophone ECOWAS always complain, especially Nigeria and Ghana. That you remember even JJ Rawlings before he died was crying about France sabotaging the eco currency we're trying to create for ECOWAS. Oh, France came and influenced those francophone. They're controlling them. They're sabotaging ECOWAS effort and everything. And now three large francophone countries are kicking out France, and you are against them. What? That's where I'm confused. Like, what the heck is? I mean, like that's where I was confused about the whole shenanigan. That look, you are sanctioning these guys are actually doing you a favor. I mean, they're doing what you've been crying about for so long. That France, Nigeria complained that they can't fight Boko Haram in the border of Niger and Nigeria because France is influencing Niger not to allow Nigeria to come in and deal with ECOWAS in their border and things like that. So you've been crying about France for so long. Now these same countries are now telling you that they're kicking out France. And your biggest concern is that, oh, we have a ECOWAS law that say no military coup. You're more concerned about some stupid military coup, like it matters, like it affects you, than your actual bigger interest, which is they're eliminating France for you, man. What the heck? I don't even understand. It's
But
like
Mike,
these
Mike,
leaders have low IQ. I don't get it.
but
You're more
Mike,
concerned about ECOWAS chapter law that we all agree that there will no longer be military coup. Okay, fine. But what's more important to you? I mean, I get it. If let's say they break the rules. So why go to the extent of extreme of saying you have to sanction them, punish them? What the heck, man? Like, I don't get it. It's just
yeah.
stupid.
They
Hey,
are creating
Mike.
more job opportunities to these Arab states, man. I mean, it's really mind boggling to me. But I
To
mean,
me, the whole thing is like a priority misplacement. What is
uh,
so important about this school that
Mike,
we're
I
so
would say,
serious about? What is so important about it? What is so
because
serious
I would
about it?
say,
Mike, what you're not seeing, Mike, is not just about the coup. It's about the people who these coup leaders are removing. They are removing French control. And for whatever reason, I don't understand why Nigeria, Tinubu, he's only looking at his interest because France operating in West Africa
He does not have
undermines
interest, man.
undermines
What is the interest he's looking
undermines
for?
what I'm
Alfred
saying,
Amos. What is the
undermines
interest?
Nigeria.
Huh?
Well, that's we don't know. We don't know
There
that.
is no interest. There is absolutely no interest. In fact, you know what's even against our interest because Nigeria just spent billions building one rail line from Nigeria to Niger, whereby they'll be making money, charging Niger to get their goods from the ocean to Niger. We spend money building a rail line.
Now that
So
money is
now you're
going.
not
That
gonna you
money
just
is
wasted their
turning
money. You're not
elsewhere.
gonna be using
Yeah,
their rail line anymore. So
yeah.
what is the interest of Nigeria in this whole cutting ties with Nigeria because of some stupid coup? I see the guys that did the coup say they got problem with you. They never
It's
say they have problem with
France
you.
because of France.
But you've been
France.
Yeah.
complaining about France. Nigeria has been crying about France. So how's
Hey,
there
Yeah.
no
Mike.
interest?
Hey, Mike. Did you know that this current president, he's also taken out estimated billing, where if you're getting billing from the government for your house and it's through electricity, they're taking it away. So you're going to have a meter. So they've taken away estimated billing and now they're no longer subsidizing petrol. But the thing about it is that with the Constitution, it doesn't matter because any Yoruba or Igbo is going to do that. So as long as they're in power,
Hold
that's
on.
I
what
don't
you're
get
going to
your point,
expect.
man. What is the point?
Hold on. Let me read this super chat. MS Delta, thank you for the $10 super chat. He said, "What is wrong with ECOWAS? The world is undergoing a realignment with BRICS. Good opportunity for West Africa. ECOWAS, Nigeria, get it together, brothers." Shout out to you, MS Delta. Hey, Nigeria, this is your FBA cousin. He wants you guys to get it together.
These
Well,
ones
I
are
mean,
confused.
but my question here is because the Sahel now, you guys realize it's its own block. It's not part of ECOWAS. And Mauritania was the first one to go. Okay? So
Is there a reason why
The
they?
Sahel, even these countries, this is vast territories, vast territory, and they have lots of mineral resources that they need for the times that we are in. So ECOWAS, what does this mean for now the present day ECOWAS countries? As far as movement, is the Sahel eventually going to implement a visa trade between them and ECOWAS? Because obviously there's not going to be any. I think eventually Burkina Faso is going to cut their shipping route from Ghana. They're not going to use it because technically they can just, Ghana can block them, like I said, because Ghana is an ECOWAS country. They are not. So is this the end of ECOWAS, or you guys think these countries are just talking, they're gonna come back?
Afrodamos, what's really funny, right? Nigeria and the English speaking ECOWAS countries are always threatening to cut ties with the French speaking ECOWAS countries because of this and that and that and that. So now that it's time to cut ties, it's almost like they're doing it in the reverse. Like, who you're supposed to be cutting ties with? Isn't it with the ones, the Benin, the Togo, and the ones that are still with France? And then, is it not the ones you're supposed to be cutting ties with right now? And then,
but do you think now also the remaining French-speaking countries in ECOWAS,
those ones are their real problems right now? It's not the real problem. Nigeria is the ones that are the ones that are remaining, not the ones that are leaving. Their real problem, like Dangote cannot sell his cement next door in Benin Republic because it's a French country. He can't even we can get our deal with the next door neighbor, right? Those are your real problem. Your problem is not the ones that are living dumping France. It's the one you're keeping. The ones that are leaving are not your problem. The ones that you're keeping are your actual problem. So I don't know how these guys are thinking, man. I don't get it.
Can I chime in for a second?
Okay, hold on, Sengen. 1 second. Let me read this and you can come in.
I wasn't even down in my statement then.
Hold on. Says MS Delta, thank you very much for the super chat. He said, without West Africa, there will be no France and hence no EU prosperous economy. Africans, you got the power. Use it. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. All right, go ahead.
Yes, as I was saying earlier, I don't know if all of you followed the conversation we had like 2 years ago. I was just trying to tell you, ECOWAS has two alignment. The French part is always controlled by a French puppet. It doesn't matter if an Anglophone president is there like Tinubu right now, he can't control the French alignment. So Tinubu has to go to France or he has to call Macron.
He's there right now.
Right. So all of you guys who know ECOWAS, whether it's a Nigerian guy, is a Ghanaian guy, he will not be able to touch the Francophone country. It's not going to be on his portfolio. You understand? So that's why we're trying to tell you, us from the Sahel, this organization is hijacked by the French. You can sit here and say Nigeria is a big country and we are not controlled by the French. That's fine.
So St. James, you're making a good point here. Okay. So, is this why, Nigeria, when it comes to the English-speaking countries like Gambia, Sierra Leone, Nigeria quickly can make moves,
easily.
So because Nigeria is in charge of the English,
right?
Okay, that makes sense. I'll
give you an example. I'll give you two examples.
They have Nigerian presidents in the English ones. Okay,
I'll give you two examples to back up my point. You remember when we were trying to create that currency, right?
Yeah.
You remember Macron has to fly to Ivory Coast, right? As soon as he landed in Ivory Coast, Alassane Ouattara just made a statement next to Macron that, yeah, we are creating a currency, He shifted from what we agreed before, right? All the country agreed, and he created something that's different. And the previous president of Nigeria got fed up and he kind of let it go. So that's telling you the French are still controlling that part. So, and again, second, when they were trying to attack Nigeria, Tinubu was playing chess game. He was like, okay, let me see exactly what I can do. I can pressure this country so they can come to the table and we can have a conversation.
So do you think it? So Tinubu did not mean
no.
Do you think he was just playing? Okay.
No, they pushed Tinubu
the French control puppet went and talked to Tinubu. No, actually,
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
the French, they don't have control over Tinubu, but they are French, they are black puppet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Who
what
is
it is.
actually, that's
that's
what
who
happened. What
talks.
happened was, hold on,
Right,
Tinubu became the ECOWAS chairman. You know, they rotate the power between
right.
presidents.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he just came into office. So when ECO
Mhm.
happened was where the other francophone they call meetings. Like, hold on, these guys are violating the this law in ECOWAS that we all agree that there's not going to be military coups. So they started pushing him like, hey, you have to make decision. You're the new, and he just came into office. He just won the election in Nigeria. So they
Right.
started telling that, hey, you need to act. You're the ECOWAS leader. You're the chairman of ECOWAS. I don't know why they made him chairman right as he became president. It doesn't even make sense. So now
Absolutely.
they started pressuring him to make decisions, to speak, to make decision about what's going on. So he started rushing and started making wrong judgments. Like, hey, okay, you breaking the ECOWAS chapter of this law that we say no more military coup in Western ECOWAS countries, and we give it 7 days. So they're talking in his ears. So he started realizing that, oh, why am I? People started telling like, hey, you're rushing. Why are you rushing? You just came into office. You haven't even studied the facts of what's going on, and you just talking real quick. You know, you're talking too fast. You know, so he's starting to pull back. Well, it's kind of too late because you already made some stupid trade that you know you can't really carry out. You know, and now he find himself in a position where the French are now in his head. America is flying in to talk to him. Everybody's trying to push him to, you know, be the one to act. So he just landed himself in the wrong situation, man.
Yeah, that's true. You remember, like, after the meeting, right? Tinubu was like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, A, Y, and Z. But again, Alassane Ouattara, when he landed in Ivory Coast, Alassane Ouattara was ready. He said, I got the logistic, I got the money, I got the backing. And even Senegal was down, Benin was ready to attack Niger. All these three countries, where they're from, Francophone.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm telling my Ghanaian brother, Nigerian brother. ECOWAS is doomed to fail from the inception because people didn't understand. You know, we in it, but we don't know it. When this military came and they're trying to expose our dirty laundry, a lot of people don't want to see it. That's what it is. You can say you don't like coups. That's fine. But where I'm from, people are cool with it. The people of Nigeria are cool with it. The people in Mali are cool with it. So you're gonna have to see the progress of these military leaders in their respective countries. You can't sit here and tell me things are now moving in the right directions. It's lying to yourself.
Yeah, but
All these leaders, all these guys. Let me tell you, all these leaders, these politicians in Africa, right? They won election because they're ready. They are propped up by the French to take over power so we can go back to the old ways. They don't want no progress. That's why we can't have election. We have to do some reforms. Mali
Remember,
tried
I'm
it.
here,
Mali
Akademus.
tried it and it didn't work. And
yeah,
even
yeah, but
there was a
St. James, St. James,
Nigerian guy that came to Mali, right? He said the same thing. As it look right now, you guys cannot have election. You're not ready. Nobody ECOWAS didn't
Same
listen to it.
James, we also have to admit that there are mistakes on both sides. We can't just
No, I
for us to
agree with
really
the
result.
mistake.
We have to admit that there's mistakes on both sides.
Mike, our mistake, we own our mistakes, right?
Let me
That's
tell you what the
why when
mistake is.
when you have a coup, you get suspended from ECOWAS. We get that.
yeah,
But the point is,
No. That's not even suspension. No.
no.
All the countries. Hold on. Let me tell you why. All the
Mhm.
countries came
Oh,
together. Hold on. All the countries came together, including all their militaries, and they all came to an agreement that if one of them do coup, they're all going to come together and take a military action against that military that carry out coup against their government. So they made a law in the ECOWAS. So now,
uh,
if you
I'm
wanted
not
to,
sure about. I'm
hold
not
on now,
sure about that. You gotta be no. Be clear about it. They came together, but to say what?
to agree that there will not be military coup in any of the ECOWAS countries anymore. That if including all the military chiefs even came together to agree that
And
they
if
can
there
all,
is, what they
and if
will
there
do?
is, they can all the military can all take military action against that whoever
I'm not
does a
sure.
military coup.
You gotta come up with that law on a paper
yeah,
so we can check
but
it out.
I don't think that the agreement has to uphold the constitution of those respective countries. You can't just make an external agreement that
No, it's an
goes against.
ECOWAS. ECOWAS have, ECOWAS have their own courts. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know, but
And they have
it's
their
still
constitution.
So
it's still
what do you guys think? Is
So
in
what
it?
I'm thinking is, I think what this francophone guy should have done is
Mhm.
hold a ECOWAS meeting with the ECOWAS countries, call for a meeting, and then break down your national interest or national security threat, because France is a national security threat to these countries, because
Well, these countries know.
supersedes the rule of law. Hold on. National security supersedes the rule of law in every country in the world. Now you
Yeah.
prove to ECOWAS that, listen, these French constitute a national security threat to our countries, so we have no choice but to do this. So once you lay that out, at least you have something to, but you can't just do a coup and just ignore ECOWAS. You have to go to a meeting and at least
Are you,
say
Mike? Are
something.
you following the news?
I don't know. Maybe I
But
missed
yeah,
it.
yeah. Let me
Maybe
say
I missed
something.
it.
Let me say something. I mean, a lot of people are saying in the chat. I'll always change my position as far as. I mean, I understand like the coup that they did is for a good cause, but over time, I mean, I do not agree with all this.
But Zongo, the people of that country are cool with it. You just
No, no,
can't
no. I agree. I agree. I'm saying like,
Even the whole Africa is cool with it. I'm
no,
cool with
no,
it, man. You gotta be
no.
foolish not
I
to be
agree.
cool with that coup.
No, I say I agree. No, I agree. If they want
So
to restore,
why you listen? If you want to have a prime
look,
minister, people
no,
have to be cool with that, right? If you want to have a king or a queen, so
mhm.
in Europe, right? You see Belgium, you got Spain, you got Luxembourg. They don't have presidents, sir. So listen, if we decide that we're going to have just a prime minister, let us have that. If we decide that we're going to have a military for a short period of time so we can get our stuff together, why are you mad?
No, that's what I'm
I
saying.
don't think they're mad. It's just the law that they are following. That's
I'm
all.
saying
I
like
don't.
this is
I
Can
just said it
I
earlier
say
that the coup
something?
actually favors Nigeria. The coup favors Ghana. It favors the whole Africa. So
no,
no
no.
one is
Can I
mad.
say
I
something?
don't think Tinubu is saying that this coup is affecting
No, it doesn't
Nigeria
favor.
economy or affecting us in any shape or form. The only thing he's talking about is the rule of law, and I'm like, dude, fuck this rule of law, dude. This coup
No, but I
actually
mean
favors you.
generally. I
The
mean
coup
generally.
favors Nigeria. It favors
who
everybody.
made that law? That's the question.
And that's
Big
another stupid thing,
Afrikaners.
because it's the
Who
same
made it?
stupid leaders that don't want to be overthrown. They made the law. So
Yeah,
what?
but Afrikaners.
So that's the funny thing.
I mean, Afrikaners. If you have an economy that is decided by one man in power, it's usually counterproductive. Because generally it's the people that create jobs. The businessmen, they're the ones. But if you have a military leader over there, generally, if investors want to come and invest into the country, if something
But
goes
that's not the
wrong.
end of the. It's not like the country is doing well anyway. What is your argument? Is
Zongo,
not valid. It's not
Zongo.
like they were doing
Well,
well
well,
anyway. Come on.
hold on
No,
one second, guys.
but
Hold on. Let me read this. Hold on. MS Delta, thank you for the super chat. MS Delta said, "My friend just got back from Burkina Faso. He was born there and said that development and infrastructure is progressing well." Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, he's saying his friend just got back from Burkina Faso, and it's not only the government.
Zongo,
It
you
looks
like
like
presenting some
the
irrelevant
people, the
arguments sometimes.
people, the
I don't know why you
people
do
are
that.
also moving on with their building up Burkina Faso. So, but yeah, go ahead.
Didn't Gaddafi rule? Wasn't a military rule? Didn't he
no,
develop
but Mike,
Libya? So stop presenting all
Mike.
these
Hey,
kind of
can I
arguments.
say
Oh no,
can I say
no.
something? Mike, can you
I can
give
go.
somebody else a break? Let somebody else say. Can I say something?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
He's still mad from yesterday.
Thank you, my people. Hey, thank you, my people. Thank you. You feel me? Hey, I respect all of you, and I wanna say something, and I know all of you think it's none of my business, but I don't care. You feel me? So, um, Nigeria is like Tinubu is like owned. You feel me? They owned him. You feel me?
Based on what? Based on what?
They have listen, the United States have secrets on him. You hear? And he
Here we
cannot
go. These Jamaicans don't know
he,
anything about
he,
Africa.
he cannot act outside of what the United States say, or else he'll be slandered. You feel me? And I'm telling you, he's owned. So what because how can you not see that the coup advantage Nigeria? It's like this. You now get to own uranium. You get to own the nicest uranium in the world. How can you be enemies with that country? What the hell? Okay, look at this now. Now you cut electricity, but they own the head of the river that give you electricity. How stupid are you? Huh? I mean, like, What about when they put up a defensive apparatus and make a dam or two dams and shut you down? How about that part? When do we think about, because that's why I be like, we need Pan-African black conscious leaders, because you have to think about consequences of
wait.
your action.
So I can
Yeah.
fire. So okay. We have all these leaders. They got together. I mean, they would say they are Pan-Africanists. You know, we've heard them. They are making these decisions to go and invade. You know, these countries. What do
They're
you say to
liars,
that?
man.
But these are Pan-Africans. You know, they were saying the same
No,
thing
they
like
liars.
you.
No, they liars, dude.
No, they're
Stop,
not true.
stop. You don't hear them coming out with no black talk.
They're
You
not
don't
true
hear them
Christians.
coming out with no I love all African talk and I love black talk. You don't hear none of
Bro,
them
money
saying
talks
that.
better than that, man. Money talks better. Trust me.
If they are not giving oath to their people, you cannot trust them. And talk about they Pan-African. There's not no Pan-Africanists. They are friends with white people. And that's all. You see them. When did you see them? Nigeria, except Ghana president give Jamaica visa free. But who's going over to Jamaica and the Caribbean islands and all of these black places to go do business with them? No, which
There's
one of
no
them is
money
good?
there. That's why
No,
there's no money.
The Chinese.
they don't have no value for us. They don't value black. That's why they will teach you. They will make you.
What do
They
you have
will
to
teach
offer? What do you
you.
have to
Okay,
offer?
hold
Africa,
on.
I can fire.
Huh?
What do you have to
You-
offer? What do you have to offer?
This is what I have to offer, right? We need to set up organization to take over the ministries of education in terms of financing the ministries of education. You feel me? Where
How do I
we
make?
can
How much am I going to make
institute.
from that? I'm making billions trading with the US right now, so
No,
I
no,
can
no,
make
no,
billions
no,
trading with
no.
you.
But that means you're a whore. Because why don't you do
Really?
things for
I
your
should be broke
people
because
without
of
benefit?
love, right? Because I
Hold
love you.
on. Hey, hold on, man. You asked me a question. And I'm asking you a question. Why don't you do things that benefit for your people,
Which
even
is
if
money,
it's
which is
not
to make money
making
for my
you
country, so I can fund my infrastructure. I got to make money. I can't be doing
okay,
kumbaya
Mike?
with you and
Okay,
be
Mike.
broke.
Okay, Mike. Okay, Mike. Is money so money is everything. I'm gonna ask you this now. You feel me?
I
How
need
much
money
does your
for my
sister?
economy.
Yeah, but your economy needs a morality too.
Morality.
Yeah. You
You're
ever
a
heard of
president
that
of a
word?
country. You're going to be preaching morality to your
Hold on.
people. Why your country, why your economy is collapsing?
So what you think making your country collapse? Immorality.
Lack of money. You got to
No,
trade. You
it's
got to make money,
immorality.
man.
It's immorality, Mike. That's what's destroying your country. People that don't value their
Do
own
you know
people.
basic
That's
Do you
what's
know? Do
destroying
you
your
study
country.
economics at all? Do you know what basic? Do you know basic
Hold
economics?
on. 1
Of
second.
course.
1 second.
I
1
can fire.
second.
Do this. Don't go
Wait.
work. Don't come
Hold.
home with money to your wife and your kids and tell them
Respect the
preach
host.
morality to your
Respect
wife.
the host. Respect
Hold.
the host.
Ms. Delta said, Zongo, remember the USA was once a colony of the British Crown. We had a revolution, aka coup. That was for Zongo. Thank you, Ms.
Yeah, but
Delta.
I'm not really disagreeing with what a lot of what St. James said. I'm saying over time, the power
Over
has to
time,
rise.
what do you mean over
I
time?
mean, he said like they want to get things together within the
Well,
country's economy.
okay, I wanted
I,
to ask St. James. So, St. James, as far as like the Sahel, like, because I heard they're gonna come up with their own currency too. Is this like a goodbye to West Africa? Like,
No, it's not. Technically, it's not a goodbye. It's like I was hearing that we're gonna leave Ghana and stuff like that. No, we're really not. I mean, it's
okay,
like it's gonna be on between countries now. It's like Burkina, if you wanna negotiate with Ghana, Togo, whoever. Like our president said, we are still Pan African. Like you are Gambian, you wanna come to Burkina, we're not gonna make a big deal. Like, oh, give us $300, $500 for a visa. We still
open
we
to
still no
yeah.
we still open
no,
to Africans that
that's a
want to visit our countries, and we open,
yeah.
so It's not going to be major unless you really want to do certain things. And I'm trying to tell you, this is a well thought out plan. You know, all these people who are talking about we are landlocked and we don't have anything to offer. If that was the case, we wouldn't have made that decisions.
Hey,
Trust me.
listen, only
Trust me.
only Ibrahim Traore is talking about the spirit of Pan-Africanism. None of these ECOWAS leaders not talking about
Man,
the spirit of
my God, man,
Pan-Africanism.
keep quiet over there, man.
After
Stop what
after
you're talking
that was the currency.
Yo, Zango. Yo,
Hold on,
Zango.
I
Yo,
can hold on,
hold on.
hold on.
Hold on.
we can't.
Zango's president, that's Nana Akufo-Addo. The man is a hypocrite, bro. The man is in bed with the West.
Yeah, but
And
I
he's
mean,
conflicted.
Because of money.
He's
Because of
conflicted.
money.
Traore
Yeah.
alone cannot restore the economic growth of that country. You know, I mean, he can set a tone within the economy, right? But for him to say, "Oh, we have to do everything on our own," just having a state monopoly, it's not going to work. You know, Nkrumah has done all those things. All his factories that he built is gone, man. It's not going to
Yeah,
No,
work.
we
because
got
of
we
your
got
sellout
we
people.
got
That's because
we
of
got.
your sellout people. You,
It's
you,
not
you,
because
you forgot that part? You
no, it's
forgot
not because
that
of
part?
that. It's
Yes,
because
it
when you
is.
have the hold on.
Zongo,
When you
Zongo,
no, 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 no.
why
When
Ghanaian don't
Dankoa,
It,
hold on, man. When Dankoa took over your country from Kwame and Kuma, he shut down the United States that he's licking ass from. They told him to shut down everything
Wait,
that Kwame
wait,
and Kuma built.
but hold on, I can fire. But I can fire. You can't say anything about Nana Akufo because he opened up trade direct
No,
travel
I'm talking about this.
between Ghana and Jamaica.
Yeah, but
He's
but I don't
ungrateful, man.
like the conflicting. I don't like the
I can't
conflicting
find you're
action.
ungrateful.
No,
yeah,
I
but
don't
I
like the
mean,
conflicting action.
if a leader,
Hold
Yo,
on,
no one
hold on.
can stop us, bro. No one can stop us from going to Africa. And I ain't gonna bow to you
oh, hold
because you
on,
invite me.
once
I'm
we go
not
for
gonna bow to you. I am not going to bow. Our people is not going to bow to you because you did anything nice for us. You need to know that. Just know
But
that from now.
but I
We
can
were
If you're
fire.
not
complaining
with black,
earlier that Nigeria
But
didn't give him visa.
I can. Doesn't that make him
I don't
Pan
care how nice
Africanist?
you is.
Doesn't
Huh?
that make him Pan Africanist? He reached out across the ocean. It's like, hey, Jamaica, you gotta come in.
He did good.
And they're not
He
even
did good.
coming.
All right, hold on. Let me read this super chat real quick before
When
this. Hold on.
when people are
learn how to
bulldozing,
listen,
hold
man.
on. When people are bulldozing our houses, people are bulldozing our places and running us off the land and all that shit. Where is the invitation? That's joke sometimes.
Okay,
Yeah,
hold on. Let me read this. He said, Kabiru, thank you for the super chat. He said, see Afridamus, money, like the end of your TV program with money showing. It's sick, Afridamus, but it's good. It's good, but it's good. You're changing since you've been back. Thank you for this. Thank you for that, Kabiru. MS Delta again. He said, thank you for the super chat. He said, I can fire. Pan-Africanism is fine, but you need economic development plans and strategy. Pan-Africanism hugs won't feed hungry mouths. Thank you for the
exactly,
super chat.
exactly.
Yeah,
I
I can
can, man.
fire.
I can
So
find you just emotional. You know, if one
No,
person,
you
no,
are
man,
emotional. I mean, bro,
I'm not
you
being
think
emotional.
Pan
I'm just trying to be
Africanism.
reasonable.
No, you
You
think
know,
Pan Africanism. Hold on, you think Pan Africanist people are stupid? These are
Yeah,
people with
yeah.
high technology. These are people. These
Which
are people.
technology? Which technology?
Exactly, I can fire. You
hold
know,
on,
I think
You got
hold on,
Pan Africanists. You
the way
got
hold
you
a
on.
lot of Pan Africanists, bro.
the way you
That's
guys
in high tech.
the way you guys
Man, that's
speak,
not
you
true.
Afrodamos,
you
okay.
you
You
Guys,
Afrodamos,
are
one
hold on, guys, 1 second. Kidola, go
first
ahead.
of all,
Afrodamos,
Hold
first
on,
of
I
all,
can
you
fire.
right.
I can, hold
Yeah.
on.
Afrodamos. You see, sometimes this guy, we're talking about West Africa. I don't know why he would jump in. You see, the problem I have with some of these people, these ancestors that are slaves, that are rapists,
So why
these
is
people.
your wife in
Hold
West
on, hold on.
Hold on.
Those these people that are being sold for penny and chicken
invited?
change. Sometimes these bipolar people will come into some of this place, be talking nonsense out of your mouth. Look, if you're looking for superiority complex, if you're looking for confidence, you can go to your somewhere else and start
knocking out. You don't know nothing about West Africa. You came here, you start changing topic about Pan-Africanism, which is not what we talk about under this West Africa something now. We talk about West Africa problem. You come to Pan-Africanism. You understand? You know, stop it, my brother. So, Afrodamos,
Yeah.
what you see here, right? Nigeria fall into the hands of Ivory Coast. Nigeria fell into the hands of Ouattara.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. Ouattara is a spokesman of France. You understand? Tinubu was kind of like being sweet mad by the so-called world democracy, and France is very good at using, in using these things. I think what West Africa have to be now, if ECOWAS have to survive at this moment, the English ones have to form a stronger union, a very stronger union, so that they can have kind of like the same type of currency. You understand me?
So because there's still a couple of French speakers in the
Yes,
in ECOWAS. So
yeah,
Benin, Togo, and the other.
yeah, we might be related in terms of ethnicity. Places like Benin and Togo might have some connection to the southwest of Nigeria.
Hola.
But for your personal for this English speaking interest, first of all, they have to come together and unite and form a stronger bond. That stronger bond will be ECOWAS. Then take out Benin and Togo out first. You understand? Then let's see this Atlantic coastal region people, which is outside Benin and Togo, if they can form a currency union that might keep them very, very strong. Because France.
So Kidola, what you mean? What you calling for? Then that's the end of ECOWAS completely.
Yes. ECOWAS need to end in one way or the other, so that the francophone ones can, like the Sahel, get their eyes together, and then when the English ones are strong, they can come also. Then what will be at that time on the table will be, we decide what we want, not by shadow hands coming from the back door. You understand me? Telling things that are not possible to be possible, or things that is not possible to try to push it through possible. You understand? Because this is not the first time France have been trying to romanticize Nigeria. Look, Boko Haram problem, Nigeria is facing. It also come through that lane also, which is through that Sahel also. You understand me? You have to understand, Nigeria was under their puppet. How is it that Nigeria cannot actually defeat Boko Haram with a lot of large army? But because some of this Boko Haram was going to Niger to hide. You understand me? They to try to hide. Then some Nigerians are saying they stop people supplying these people arms, training them. Who are these people actually? You understand? So Nigeria would have a little bit play a safe hand, like, okay, you people, it's your country, you can decide what you people want, but let's also stand as an economical union. But now these guys are gone. Morocco kind of like through the back door tried to step in. So one day when these guys are back in ECOWAS, Morocco will find.
But Kidola, do you think they're gonna come back?
They certainly they will come back, but now that the Sahel teach the English-speaking ones that how to deal with colonialism, I think first of all, Nigeria, Ghana, Gambia, Liberia, Sierra Leone need to form a strong Anglophone kind of union.
Well, Kidola, that would put us back to colonial times.
Yes, no problem. What is the importance of ECOWAS anyway? Can they actually arrive at anything?
Exactly.
No.
So let me just.
Yeah, but guys, hey, ECOWAS is not a political bloc or something. It's an economic community of West African states. It's about trade. Not
but it's changed though.
Can I just?
Yeah, but what are they doing in war? What are they doing in war if it's for economics?
Can you hear me, guys?
Go ahead.
Your audio is kind of say something.
Yeah, so I want to ask. So, what is the benefit of these countries really being in ECOWAS? Have you guys ever sat
with Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger?
all these countries in ECOWAS, what are they
Okay.
really benefiting in this union? Because if
They
you
have
look at
one passport. They have one passport, and also
okay,
they hold on,
Cooperation,
hold on.
wait, let me
cooperative
finish.
trade
But
between both
the
countries.
passport alone is not what
It's
is
not enough
causing
though.
it.
Hold on now, hold
It's
on.
not
If
what
you
is
wait, let me explain something to you. If
But you
you
Let me
still have
finish.
to pay. You still
give
have
me a
to pay to
second,
go across the borders. You
give
still
me a
have to
second.
pay to go across the borders.
Give, give
No,
me a
that's not
second.
true.
Can I explain to you? Can I explain to you? Hold on. I live in US, right? Sometimes if I want to ship something to Nigeria, right? Sometimes I find it cheaper. Maybe the shipping country I want to use, we offer a cheaper price to ship it to Benin Republic. Now, because I have an ECOWAS passport, I can ship my goods to Benin Republic and go there and go pick it up because I have ECOWAS passport. If someone from Niger that wants to ship something from maybe France or anywhere, you can ship it to Nigeria. And he has ECOWAS passport. He can go there and pick it up at Nigerian ports. So that's the benefit for the people. You understand? So there's so many things that helps. That's
Yeah,
beneficial too.
but at the end of the day, most of these countries, their main source of income, their main export is still European countries. You understand? If you
Man,
look at
come on,
it,
man.
yeah,
Come
no,
on.
listen. Most of these countries, they still export their stuff to Europe. That's where the bulk of their economy comes from. It's not even within themselves. So I don't see it as there's a big loss from these people living ECOWAS. I don't see. I think this is a reset. I think
There's
this is
gonna
a
be
reset. I think this is
yeah.
a reset for all Africans to think, okay, we don't really need these people because for a long time we have been thinking without these francs, whatever, we can't do anything. But these three countries that have given us the green light, say you can do this, and there's no reason. And when you guys sit and think like these people don't know what they're doing, it's a lie. They've sat down, they've got economists, they've got every person in their country that is even more intelligent than most of us. They've sat down, made Georgia things on the board, and they say, okay, we are fine, and we're going to work like this. And again, some people think the problem of Africa is only France. Just because the French Africans are so vocal about what is happening in their country with France does not mean Britain, America is not still doing something bad in these English countries. If you go and see the kind of deals America and Britain is doing in some countries like Ghana or Nigeria, it's still as bad as France. But just because they are not vocal does not mean they are not affecting them negatively. So I think this is a great time for Africans to join this alliance with these people and kick France once for all completely. That's just what I want to say.
Yeah, but I mean,
Thank you.
what you're talking is completely ludicrous, actually. I mean, when America or European countries have, concession agreement between companies in those respective countries, they didn't hold them under duress for them to engage in those contractual agreements, right? So,
Are you are
uh,
you are you crazy,
if,
Zongo? Are you
if
serious? This Sunday. Are you serious? What you saying?
I mean,
Yes,
We are now
yeah,
held under
hold on.
duress. Do you know colonialism? Are you
Yeah, listen
serious?
to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
let me
Hold
say something. Let me
hold on,
say something.
let me
You know
speak.
what
Come
I
on.
you know
Why are you
You
interjecting?
guys, one mic. Hold
yeah,
on,
Come
hold
on.
on.
yeah,
What are you
but
doing?
Dango, you African people, you are very unreasonable. You act like you and your countries are not like 40 years behind the West. Why wouldn't you listen to anything we say? You are so cocky. You people so cocky. It's unreal. You feel me? And that's why you are facing it the hard way because you can't listen. And you think that you better than anybody. And you think just
No,
because
no.
we in the West, we not supposed to tell you anything. Like we don't know nothing. You feel me? We know a lot about Africa and we know a lot
The
about
point I'm
African
trying to say
politics.
is,
Hold
Icon
on, hold
fire.
on, hold on. I can
Sometimes I don't
fire.
even know
Hold
what
on,
you're talking about.
hold
Sometimes.
on, hold on, guys.
Icon,
Let me
I'm saying
hold
you
on,
come
hold
on.
on,
Okay.
hold on, Mike. Let me read super chat. MS Delta
You
said,
don't even
Allah,
know why your
hold
dollar is
on, I can,
devalued.
hold on,
None of you
hold
know
on.
why.
I can, hold on. He said, I like the Jamaican icon fire. He makes FBA look timid. Jamaican fire. Thank you for the super
okay,
chat. And then, hold on. Jama, thank you for the super chat. Said, greetings, Afridamus. Welcome back, brother. Could you do a show on what's happening in the Red Sea region? Egypt, Sudan, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Somalia. Oh man, I was following that. I am definitely going to do a show on
Yeah.
that too. And
Let
MS
me finish.
Delta again. He said, "What is America doing in West Africa? Leave us out of it. It's Europe and Britain." He's
Yeah.
laughing.
So, all right, thank you. Okay, so Zongo, you were saying something, and St. James.
Let me finish. After that,
Okay,
I just want to finish making the point.
okay, go ahead.
The point I'm saying is that I'm not saying that the contractual agreement they make could be a bad deal, but I'm saying nobody's actually holding them under duress for them to sign those agreements. They willingly chose to sign those agreements. They could have chose to
Lies,
do something else, but then they
lies.
did otherwise, right? So it's the fault of those governments making those economic decisions. You don't have to say this externalities that's just imposing on them, And
No,
also,
but Zongo, this was like, for example, Niger. Didn't you see Mohamed Bazoum? He was not like, for instance, Macron is fighting to bring him back.
no, I was speaking in terms of Ghana.
Like, okay, when they put somebody like him in charge,
Mm-hmm.
he signs deals that are against the interests of the people. So this is why you see people like Macron who want to control these places would be like, hey, this is what is signed, this is what you guys have to go by. But the person that is signing it, you have to remember, have been bought.
Yo,
It would be hard to follow that.
No, actually, I was just
President,
responding.
hold on. President
Michael,
Bazoum.
you gotta wait
I
till
was
it's your
supposed
turn,
to
man.
respond to Zongo, right?
Hold on. Let me finish.
One word. President Bazoum is a junjaweed. Yeah.
Can I finish before St. Jim respond?
Go ahead.
I was just speaking about the English speaking ECOWAS member states. I wasn't referring to like the French states that have like different agreement with the French. I wasn't responding to that. But I mean, speaking of the repercussion of their exit, of course, there's going to be some shock in the economy. People are going to lose their jobs. Short term, I mean, those member states that are left are going to experience that shock too as well. But over long term, maybe it might be a benefit for them. But who is it really going to benefit? I think Morocco is going to benefit hugely. The import and exports, sector is going to expand. A lot of trade, creating more jobs to Moroccans. I mean, this is where the jobs are really going to go. As whose expense? Maybe the people in those regions might end up paying at a higher cost because maybe to transport goods from Morocco all the way to maybe Burkina Faso might be very costly. People are going to experience that shock. Let's see. We don't know, but I mean, this is the kind of analysis I think we just gotta look into instead of just looking close into political or something. Because at the end of the day, it's jobs. People want jobs. People want economic progress. It's not about just fighting against external powers. I mean, let's focus on improving the standard of living of the people in those countries. And at the end of the day, the leaders, it wouldn't matter a lot.
Zongo, you know that
Well,
ECOWAS put sanction on them, right? But go ahead, St. James.
no, the sanction, we can talk about the sanction. But Zongo, what you're talking about Morocco, Morocco just extended an invitation. It doesn't mean our country just went in there and just signed whatever, right? Like I told you, we still deal with Ghana, we still deal with Nigeria. Unless Ghana say we don't want to deal with you, then we can move forward, right? No, this country never say we're not going to deal with no West African country. So maybe you overheard because of the fact that we're leaving ECOWAS, we're not going to be dealing with our neighbors. And no, it's not the case. It's not the
So
case.
are still they going to export and import goods between those countries?
When we are independent since 60s. ECOWAS was created in 75. Prior to that, we were dealing right together. So why would we stop? And Morocco just extended the invite because of all these sanctions that was placed in those countries. They call and say, "Hey, this is how
They're
can we
trying to
help?
weasel.
How
They
can
are
we help?"
weasel.
That's right. So we didn't sign no agreement. And when you say we were now held under duress, do you know colonial agreement are still being enforced in those countries, Mazongo? Do you
don't
know
know that.
our own currency is held in the central bank of France?
No,
So no. Hold on. Let me finish.
I wasn't speaking in terms of your countries.
Maybe I misunderstood. That's what I'm trying to tell you. When you get somebody like Ibrahim Traore, if you watch the last interview he did, he said, "I'm not going to relinquish power until I walk all these colonial agreements and make sure we are free." You understand? So I give you an example. Do you know about double taxations? Every French company can come in West Africa, Francophone Africa, operate the business and pay taxes in French. Do you know that?
Mm.
Do you
Mm.
know that?
Mm.
Do you know that?
He don't think that
I
far.
never knew that. It took a president like Traore to find that out, and he stopped it.
Zongo
You know?
don't think that far.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I was responding in terms of Ghana. Stop making it. I wasn't speaking in terms of Mali, Benin,
Ghana have
Guinea,
enough.
like
Ghana
Hold
government.
on, guys. Hold on. Let me read this
One
real quick.
second. Ghana
No,
government
no,
has enough
no.
secrets too.
Hold
Go
on.
ahead, sir. Sorry, sir.
86 Loud, thank you for the super chat. This is Afridamus for the goat pepper soup fund. Hey, thank you for putting in the goat pepper soup fund. MS Delta said, Zongo, thank you for the super chat. This is Zongo, brother. What are you smoking? One can be forced to sign a bad deal, paid money or threatened with sanctions, etc. Thank you for the super chat, guys. All of you, thank you for supporting the show and the goat fund soup. So, Zongo, like MS Delta
No,
was saying exactly what St. James was just telling you. Like, yeah, you can be
but I'm
forced to
saying,
sign.
yeah. In the case of
Afrodamus, don't
Burkina,
you think
I
that?
agree, but
Don't you? Sorry, Afrodamus, don't you think that Ghana has secret pact with the West, England and America? You don't think so? I mean, Zango, come on, man, y'all need to
if they
think.
did it, no, if they do, hold
Jamaica
up.
does not have secret part with the West, right?
If they do,
Of course,
they like
Jamaica answer to the coup. Jamaica has before the president, prime minister, they have
The
to
king
take an
is the
oath to
king,
the
not the head
queen.
king of England. You know the head of state of Jamaica.
Yes, and
And you're
yes,
coming here
they
telling
have to
us,
take
oh,
a,
come on, get out of here.
listen.
exactly.
The Jamaican, bro, stop the talking. The
Jamaica
Jamaican
is not.
government
Jamaica is
has
not
to take an oath
under the
to the
queen.
queen.
Yeah.
Yes, they have to take oath to the queen. The
So you haven't
police
started your
force, the army.
Pan-Africanism war in Jamaica, but you want
So
to bring
when
it
you
to
get
Africa.
free, then you come speak to us. Then get free first.
He's coming here
So
talking
what
tough
are you
to
for?
people, but
What?
you can't do shit in your
So
own
hold on.
goddamn place.
What? Hold on. What are you for? You big buffoon people.
But you're the
Jamaica,
big gangster, the
Shut
gangster.
up. Shut up, man.
You hate the
Shut up, man.
cracker, but the cracker is your head
Shut
of
up,
state.
man.
yeah,
The white
yeah,
man is kicking you. The white man is
but
kicking
Jamaica
your
is still
countries in the
But the
ass
white man
every
is your
day.
head of
Shut up.
state. The white man is
Jamaica.
the head of state in your country. Come on, man.
Exactly. Jamaica is still under the
The
queen.
white man is the head of state in your country too.
Being
You don't
tough is
see
not
That's
it.
not true.
smoking ganja and be
That's
shouting. That's not
that's
toughness,
not
man.
true. That's not true.
You have to have some brain, man. Come on.
That's not true, man.
Oh,
That's not,
ridicule. Oh,
hold on,
ridicule.
hold on.
Oh, ridicule. You
Okay.
can't ridicule a
Name the
white
white.
man, but you
I
want
can
to ridicule
name the
me.
white man as name the white man as
So
the head
let
of
me
state in your
Mike,
country.
so
Mike,
let
why
me
you arguing
But
with
I
this
can
guy?
name the head of state in your
You're,
country. The white
you're
man is
Mike,
King Charles. King
Mike,
Charles. That's
Mike,
the name.
Mike, Mike, Mike.
King
Your
Charles. That's the
country
name.
has the biggest U.S. embassy in maybe the world. Your
for
country.
Embassy.
what?
So what is the
For
embassy?
what?
Name a country in the
For
world that
what?
doesn't have embassy. We also have embassy
That
in
means
your
they have dominance in your country. That's
really.
what it means.
So Nigeria have an embassy in the US. That means Nigeria has dominance in US.
You
Everyone has
you
embassy
not
everywhere.
hold
This
on.
guy,
Not one
dude.
Nigerian soldier. Not one Nigerian soldier can enter the Nigerian embassy in US. Not
Says who?
one.
So the
All
US
of you have
soldiers,
to
the
be
US
all of
soldiers
you
entering
have
the
to
US embassy
all
in
of you
Nigeria.
have to be civilians. All of you have to be civilians. You can't tell me shit. But it's pure
Really?
armies. It's pure US soldiers in that embassy in Nigeria.
So what do you want me to do
Afidamos,
about it?
I think a lot of people that you bring on
So you
this
want me to go to
platform,
war
all
with the
they
US?
do
Is
is
that what you're telling me?
Hold on, guys.
Of
Let's
course, of
focus on the
course,
topic.
Of
Guys,
course,
of
of
let's
course. You
course.
have
Why
a
don't you
guys,
go to war with the Queen of England?
yeah.
let's come back to the
Let's stay on
topic.
topic. You know, see, you
Let me
know
let
what?
me read this real quick. MS Delta, thank you for the super chat. He said the Gambia will be the Singapore of West Africa. I want my house in Afridamus village. You are welcome to Afridamusville for sure, guys. You guys know. Shout
Yeah,
out to MS
a lot of
Delta.
people, a
He
lot of
said
people ask me,
Afridamus. We don't want this dusties in Afridamus village. Oh, they are definitely not
Mike,
coming.
Mike,
They
you
are
Mike,
not
you are
coming.
Mike, you are a baby Yoruba boy. You're a baby little Yoruba boy,
oh,
man.
come on, man, I can find. Let's
That's all
go,
you know
man.
how to do. All
Let's
you
stay
know how
on
to
the
do is
topic.
insult.
Let's
You
Guys,
don't make any
guys,
sense.
guys, let's do our closing
Oh,
statements
come
here
on.
on. Hold on, this one go calm down. Okay, we'll go
Let
a
it
little
ride.
bit,
Let it
but
ride.
guys, let's bring it to the topic here. So Zongo, you were saying, because at one point you were against these coups in these countries.
Mhm.
You were against it. Now they've been going strong. Now they've moved. They are forming their own alliance, their organization, their own economy.
Mhm.
Do you, as a Ghanaian, are you feeling intimidated that you guys are going to be losing, part of your economy to
I
to
mean, I
to?
I mean,
Yes.
I mean, but
Yes.
I mean, but come on, Icon, man. Someone they pose a question to me. Learn how to come on. I mean,
Sorry, man.
St. James just clarified that there's still going to be an ongoing, trade between like both countries, which is a good thing because the downside I was looking at was a lot of people are going to lose jobs if they shift their focus primarily to just Morocco and other countries, right? Yes, initially I was against the coup based on the information that I had. But as more information was became preview to me, I stand a chance to change my view. But
Yeah.
I still do not condone a military rule. I still not condone it. But based on what St. James is saying, I mean the leadership want to just have they want to sanctify the economy, and over time they'll just let the civilians rule. My primary concern is that if a military is ruling the country's economy, it's going to drive investors away, and the investors are the one creating the jobs. If you leave a country to be monopolized by a government, it's not going to work. It's counterproductive. A lot of leaders have tried it in the past. It never worked. That's why in countries like Singapore, Hong Kong, they have limited government influence, and look at how their countries are very thriving. You see it over
One
there.
one second.
I don't mean to
One
cut you off,
second.
right? I don't mean to cut you
One
off,
second.
Zongo,
Hold on.
but
One
I'm
second.
gonna
One
just say one
second.
sentence and let you speak, right? One sentence, Zongo. I was home for 8 months, right?
Hmm.
And during that 8 months, I haven't seen like before, right? The amount of people that land in Burkina Faso looking for business deals. If you have seen it on TV, you wouldn't even believe with the military president. You wouldn't even, if you want to compare the previous president that we had and
Hmm.
Ibrahim Traore, you wouldn't even believe it. This president
Congo is
is,
making
is,
wrong arguments.
is
What about Libya? What
bringing
about Gaddafi?
investor in that country. Maybe you're talking about the traditional investor who are coming to Africa to rob us. This guy is checking the real investors and we are getting them. We are not suffering from investor in Burkina. We're not. We don't. Maybe the foreign medias are trying to tell you we this is what's going on in this country, and I'm here to tell you it's not true. Everybody's landing in those countries looking for
Zongo,
business
what if I
deals.
tell you that during Nigerian 36 years of military rules, we have more investors in Nigeria than even during the civilian rules. So your argument doesn't hold any weight, man. Country like Saudi Arabia is there; they're not democracy. So no one investors don't care about what form of government you practice. Investors just want to
Oh,
come in and make the
one
money.
second. One second. It is Nigeria. It is Nigeria military caused Nigeria to own the oil right now. They took it from 10% to 50% and then to about 80% or something like that.
What
I'm
are you
telling you.
talking about?
Nigeria.
Okay.
And after that was
Where you get your facts from?
let me add something, right, Zongo.
Go check
When we
go
when
check
we
it.
when we when we first
You
started, right?
checking. I can
Yeah.
find. I've seen you talk about Nigeria a lot.
Guys, guys,
Sometimes
guys,
just
can you
laugh. You
stop
just say
cutting
things
each
you
other
don't know
off?
nothing about.
Hold on, guys. Can you
Yeah.
let St. James finish his point? Go ahead, St. James.
Exactly. Let
When
him
we
finish.
first started, right, the United States didn't stand by our side, right? They said, "Oh, you guys are, you did a coup, you on your own. We're not going to help you, but we're still gonna, help out, our how we can, right?" 2 weeks ago, you can check the news in Burkina. These people are giving us weapons now, the United States, because they're afraid. Blinken is in Ivory Coast bribing Ouattara right now because Ouattara is losing the French portfolio. You understand? The
Yeah.
United States is backing a military coup in Burkina. Even in Niger, they're begging the people of Niger not to deal with the Russians because they don't want to go. So who's winning? Who's winning?
Yeah. I mean, it looks like there's a lot of deals coming that way.
Oh yeah, because they're afraid of the Russian. They're afraid of the Chinese. They're afraid of the What I mean is like, and we're doing the best deals on the regions,
St.
the
James,
best
Yep,
deals ever.
have they dumped
yep,
the
yep.
French currency too? Like,
I'm sorry?
have they dumped the French currency, or are they
Oh,
still?
I can tell you,
Eventually,
I'm getting
eventually.
this information from the right places. It's almost done. It is
Okay.
almost done.
So
So
like it's gonna be the three countries uniting with the
yeah, yes,
okay.
yes, we out, we out. I mean, he said it. We're not coming back. I mean, it's like it's too much. We thought. Listen, even Ola was
But
saying something
Kidola,
that I respect.
all our things you guys are gonna come back
To what?
back to ECOWAS.
To
No,
do
no, no.
what?
See,
But to
look,
what?
Afrodamus, what I said is this. Look, um, I understand why they left. I really understand why they left. I think behind the scenes, uh, France actually was abusing. There's one side that France went to Burkina Faso. It was just almost abusing the president of Burkina Faso at that time, by challenging him. You understand me? What you have to understand is this. Uh, fully, Anglophone should not trust the Francophone fully now. That's what you should understand. Because
You
France
don't think
was
so?
very strong in their country. Senegal, Ivory Coast. These two countries actually are being controlled heavily by France.
And even Senegal Macky Sall suspended election.
Yes.
But how come ECOWAS is not saying anything about
That's
that?
so that's what I'm saying, that at this moment, right? Yes, Nigeria cannot just be everywhere. What Nigeria have to do, they have to first of all strengthen their union with these 5 countries, which is Gambia, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Ghana. So that when these unions are very, very strong, then the British or any other hands are not in this union. Then we can see how far will
So
some of these.
Kidola, this would pretty much just be the coastal states, because
Yes,
all the
yes,
waters, because now pretty much it would be all the countries on the coast, you know.
yes, because look, you cannot do business fully with some of these Francophone countries without the French not involved. You understand? You can't really do no much big business with them without the French not involved. You have to pay money towards an account that is not in their country. You understand? So it's a total different. It's confusing. You understand me? So you cannot be dealing with people who is answering to somewhere, Godfather somewhere. You understand me? Why are you seeing them as the Godfather, but they're not really Godfather? You get what I'm
That's
saying?
why you have to pick the country who don't have anything to do with the French. Like we have these 3 countries that already established themselves, as the pioneers.
Yeah,
Nigeria is doing fine.
that's what I'm saying.
Nigerians are doing fine. Burkina, they're doing fine in Mali, they're doing fine in Nigeria. So stick to that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Leave these
saying.
people, leave these
Yeah,
people
that's what I'm
out.
saying. First of all, these 3 countries, the Russians are behind the house. Before these 3 countries can say they come back to ECOWAS, they have to be total new kind of an agreement. You understand me? And what you have to understand, the West will still want to pressure their other democracy. So we don't know yet. The next democracies that might appear in these countries. Will France also have hands in the? It might look. The Europeans are very patient. They are very patient people. They're like wolf who just sit in the corner. But yeah, democracy. 20 years from now, we don't know what will happen. You understand me? So Nigeria have to learn now that look, don't let no country pressure you to to force other countries that you don't have political union with them. It's just an economical union to threaten them that 1 week or something like that. You understand? Because it will always be Ivory Coast will always be a puppet of France. Bagbo was one of them also. Only they just fall out of love with them. Call Ouattara. Ouattara is one of the most big fish of a lover to France. You understand me? So ECOWAS cannot grow without these French are not involved with all this problem. So first of all, form a union with the people, with the countries that doesn't have like too much influence on British American influence on them. They might have close ties with the United States, but still they have their own mind. So you can maybe do good business with people. Where you see do business with Niger, where you see do business with Chad, where you see do business with Burkina Faso. but they're not under a union that can be threatening them anymore. Then let's see what will happen from there 20 years from now. If people can maybe form a so kind of like brotherly system again. Otherwise, this at this moment, these soldiers, they will never trust Nigeria again. That's just the truth. Never, never. Will take them a long time. You understand? You know, let's
Hey,
just
St.
bring.
James, you guys have to keep eye on Niger though, because I think they still have the US still have the largest drone base in Niger.
No,
Because they need to be kicking the US out as well instead of just the French, you know.
no, I
So,
no, I get it. I get it. You know, they have, you know, they the last time I checked, you know, the prime minister went to Russia, and he went after that he went to I believe it was Iran or Turkish. So he got the US mad a little bit, but they said they're gonna go back and check the agreement they have with the United States and see if this is the right agreement. So the United States is a little, it's shaky right now, because that's why Blinken went to Ivory Coast, and then I believe he went to a different country. I
they went to
don't know,
Nigeria too. Yeah.
Nigeria too. So he didn't come to us, right? Because he said he's gonna give money to Ivory Coast to fight terrorists. We were laughing over in Burkina.
We all know what he's saying.
Yeah, he was doing his thing, and he put two words for us. He said, "No, our union is not going to work. He doesn't see that coming." I'm like, "Thank you, sir. When you going back to the States, we're not worried about them. Our worry is for me, right, Mike? I want Nigeria to understand us, what we're doing. If Nigeria understand and Nigeria
Trust me,
get
the
the
people.
end out of it,
Trust me, we're putting pressure on our government. Our government would never.
listen.
Trust me, man. Our intellectuals, everybody, we on our government on that, man. Trust me. We on them. Like,
James,
Have
James
you seen the last meeting in Nigeria? Alassane Ouattara did not attend. Makisa did not go. The guy from Benin, they didn't go because Tinubu didn't go to Nigeria. They were fed up with Tinubu, so they didn't
trust me.
attend that meeting.
Like I said in the beginning, the only reason Tinubu did what he did was just because he was the chairman of ECOWAS, and they came up like quote laws of ECOWAS to him. But the Nigerian people told him immediately, like, dude, no. We're not, Niger is not a problem. Going in Niger is not a problem. And Nigeria knows that what's going on there favors us. So we're not that stupid. Trust me. We have too many intelligent people, advisors in the government, so many intelligent people. So Nigeria is not going to really, eventually, they're not going to turn against you guys like that. Trust me.
I get it. So beside Nigeria, right? Have you ever seen the president of Ivory Coast talk about Burkina Faso?
That guy, man. Ivory Coast,
have you ever seen him talk about Burkina Faso?
Yeah,
because he was born in Burkina. He's a Burkinabe.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. I mean, we need more cooperation instead of
He want to send the army. But Tara want to send the army to Burkina Faso. That's what he want to do.
Who's want to do that?
The president of Ivory Coast. That's what he want to do.
Even he can't listen, bro. That would be the.
He tried it. Remember, he tried it in Mali. Mali have to lock them up.
Yeah, they did, but he can't do Burkina. He's from Burkina.
So, Mike, are you trying to compare this stage to Saudi Arabia and Dubai because they have like a traditional way of governing their country? So you think that these military leaders will be able to enhance the economic growth of the country once they come into power? Is that what you're saying?
Listen, any form of government can enhance the economy or do whatever great in the country. All they have to do is just have the competency. That's it. That's all that matters. All these buzzwords they use, or democracy, democratic, this and that, it's just rubbish. It's just rubbish. All you need is competency. They'll be like, "Oh, democracy doesn't work. Socialism doesn't work. This one doesn't work."
Mike, 1 second. Then, let me read this. Mali, Burkina, Niger to ECOWAS. By Felicia. Oh, this is definitely like by Felicia, but ECOWAS is trying to refuse. But let's allow Mad Dog. Mad Dog, is your audio working now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, it's better now.
All right.
Yeah, so Mad Dog,
Right.
what do you think about Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger leaving ECOWAS? What impact will this have on the nation states there in the region? if there's any.
I think enough impact, yeah. So Zemi, like, I think like enough impact if things go the way they are properly meant to go, a lot of impact. But let me say this first things first, right? First off, big up yourself. Welcome back to the YouTube settings. Do you get me?
Thank you.
But also, you're welcome. Not big ups. But I figured to myself, I'll say this, right? I listen to you guys earlier and I hear Mike say something about from a Pan-African perspective, the Anglophone countries have been the one that have been pro-advocating and moving for the dependence of African countries from the ex-colonial
That's not what I said.
government.
I said they were complaining
No.
about.
I know what you said.
Mike, be quiet, Mike.
Mike.
Let the man talk.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, let me say this. What you said is that our Anglophone countries have been moving for the longest time, and Francophone countries have been the one holding us back.
That's not what I said, man. Do you want me to?
No, what you?
Do you want me to?
But that's what you said. You said it verbatim.
No,
you
I said the ECOWAS. I didn't say. Hold on. I said within ECOWAS. The Anglophone.
We're talking about ECOWAS.
Hold on now. Hold on.
We're talking about ECOWAS.
Yes, but you say I said the African, Anglophone African countries.
No, you said that within ECOWAS, the Francophone countries have been the one holding us back the most.
I didn't say they're holding us.
I didn't. Hold on.
No,
Come on.
Let me use my word correctly, so you don't misquote me.
Okay.
I said the Anglophone countries are really one complaining about France. In terms of when they
okay, no problem.
So France is not the only country holding Africa back. Yeah, the Americans, the British, they are all there.
I believe.
And everybody complain about all of them. The Francophone also complain about the Americans. We all complain together. So
but
I'm
Mike,
saying specifically regarding France. That's what I said. Okay,
keep quiet.
Don't misquote me.
Okay, yeah, okay, cool. I'm gonna say this right. Like we all can come to a general consensus that France have kept the biggest foot on African nations ever since their colonial past. I'm going to say this to you. I feel like what Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali have gone on to do with these past few days, and I think Guinea-Bissau is going to follow suit or camaraderie as well with them. I think like that's going to be like the foundation for going forward from a social political perspective for African nations, more especially within ECOWAS. Those guys have actually set the stage. You see that ECOWAS thing that you are talking about, trying to revamp ECOWAS or how ECOWAS can be revamped to a better socio-political, progressive bloc or union is bullshit, bro. The ECOWAS thing, what Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger done is what needs to be done. The ECOWAS thing needs to be broke up the whole thing, bruv. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Like literally, break up the whole ECOWAS. Another union.
Wait, Mad Dog. But what about Africa uniting?
No, Africa is going to be. I'm a Pan-African. However, I'm a Pan-African. Let me say this to you. Pan-African, however, is going to happen at a very little and lower level. It's not going to be like all 54 states on the continent united. Do you know what I mean? Broke up the whole ECOWAS thing. Let four West African countries come together, 3 East African countries, 2 South African countries. Let's do our thing. What I'm saying, I'm not trying to rule other nations out. I'm just saying that these nations, the few nations are going to come together, are going to set the stage. They're going to set the standard, and the standard is going to be progressive, and then other nations can come in. Bro, look at the European Union. It's the biggest European political and economical bloc. However, it's only worth 24 countries out of about 44, if I'm not mistaken. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not about half of the countries in Europe out of the European Union. You get what I'm saying? That's what we need to do as well. Like we are human beings. We got 2 heads. We got 1 head.
Yeah, but the whole of Africa is not part of ECOWAS too, right? It's just a West African.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying we need to take a continental perspective or continental approach. It's not like an ECOWAS thing. We need to create a political and economic bloc that will incorporate countries from the eastern region, countries from the western region, northern and southern region. You get
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
this is
saying
not
to you?
this is not anything new. I mean, they started about Organization of African Unity, that same thing. That's why we have African Union. It's
But
still a that's
Zongo,
still
Zongo, let me tell you this, bro. I feel like every of those unions that were created in the past, they need to get broke up. All them, do you know what I'm saying? Do away with them. Fuck them, bro. They're not working out. Look at where our people are now, today.
I want to
It's like
say
it's a
something. I
clear
want
evidence that they're not working out. Do you know what I'm
I
saying?
want to say
So like
I
I
want to
feel
say
like
something.
yeah,
Burkina
but
I
Mad
want to
Faso,
Dog,
say something.
Niger, and Mali shaking up the
Mad
table
Dog,
for the ECOWAS. I think that was right.
yeah,
That's the right thing to do, and every
no,
other
no, but
country needs to follow suit. Do you know what I'm
no,
saying? The francophone countries today. Let me say this. Let me say this. The francophone countries as of today, they are setting the stage for a standard and acceptable manner of social, political, and economic progression for African countries. We need to follow suit with them. They're doing their thing
Yep,
big time, and we need to follow suit with them.
yep, yep.
yeah, I mean,
I want to say
I understand, but like ECOWAS in itself as a economic community, it's not a bad thing, right? A situation whereby a member state like maybe Nigeria, putting sanction on other member states is really counterproductive. But the overall goal of the community is a good thing. Let's not use a new current leader in a member state making a decision to judge the overall economic community. The leaders, they come and go. It's a system. We need a constructive system. We need a system whereby even if a person comes and makes a mistake, another person can come and be able to thrive in the same system. But we have a system that is dependent on the leader. If the leader dies, everything is gone. We need a system that is workable, not
And let
this.
me tell you this.
But
Let me tell you this,
Is that
Zongo.
is that
Zongo,
ECOWAS? Is
the
that
only group of
ECOWAS?
the only yeah, yeah, yeah. But let me say this, Icon. Let me say this, and you come in a few seconds later. Yeah, the only group of people from within the ECOWAS nations that are showing any evidence of like um setting a standard or any anecdotal evidence of what you just said is Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso. They are creating a new system. They already have at least as for Burkina Faso, I know that the Traore Bre over there is already created a democratic system of democratic electoral system where even regardless of the nation being ruled by the military,
Could
there's
I ask
plans
this?
for democratic rule to come back into place.
Why
They've
is
outlined these
so much
plans.
white?
And they've outlined the executions of these plans as well. So like those are the only guys that are actually showing any evidence of progression.
I want to ask a
All I'm trying
question.
to say is
Why
that
is
these
there?
guys, they are the beacons of progression on the continent, and we have to follow them.
Yeah, my dog. Hold on, hold on. I want to ask this. Why
Go
is
on.
there so much white people in ECOWAS meeting? Have you ever seen that?
No, I think that I know what you're saying, bro. It's mad. It's mad. You get what I'm saying to you? I know what you're saying. It's crazy, but I feel like
He got a point. He got a
we have
point,
been
though.
no
He got a point.
I can let me tell you this. I can Let me tell you this. I feel like because we have been at the short end of the stick from a political perspective for such a long time, I feel like we have to take the L. Do you get what I'm saying? Like we like if you look at like for example the EU summit, you're not seeing a black man or black woman in there. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Not even the ones from the diaspora, talking about the ones from the continent. Do you get what I'm saying? But all of a sudden, when it's our turn to hold our own AU summit, everybody
Hold on now.
clear the place.
Austin, what's that?
Everybody
Secretary,
clear the place.
Austin, Afridamus, what's that U.S. Defense Secretary? Or is it Joe? What's his name?
Bro,
Austin.
Oh, you
trust
Something
mean
me,
Austin, that black guy.
Mike, I know you
yeah?
don't. I know you don't watch no EU summit, bro.
Yeah?
You're not gonna
You
see
mean
any
Lloyd?
nigga that
You
look
mean
like you.
Lloyd Austin?
Lloyd
Lloyd
Austin.
Austin.
He is there at the the white people's meeting too.
It's just a figure.
Bruv, they know brother, no sister.
It's just a
Meetings, bro. I'm
figurehead.
not
He
trying to hear
just
that shit.
said.
Hold on. Thank you for the super chat, MS. That they said ECOWAS is now ECOWAS. That's funny.
Let me just add something to Zongo here. I think Zongo, I've listened to you. I don't know if it was addressed. You worried about the economy, that these people don't have the competence, or the expertise to make the economies flourish. I don't really believe that. If you look at the minister, I think of Mali, those are not military people. These people, they work with civilians, those with the right mindset. That's what they're going to feed in their government. If you look Europe, if my history classes is not failing me, those who actually beat Europe, those were military dictators. They were military people who create this Europe that we see today. It was not some civilians. And after they created a base, then we can have civilians who can come and work upon that. So I don't think you should underestimate the rule of this military. I think Mark told you that in Nigeria they achieved a lot during military rule. So why don't you think they're going to do the same in those countries? Why do you doubt them?
No, I mean, St. James already clarified that. I mean, a lot of people, investors, are still working over there. Because I'm thinking a lot of the time, the military.
Don't go. Even JJ Rawlings was a military man. So
Oh man, he didn't do it.
it.
No, but the economy didn't grow. It didn't grow. He knew nothing about economics. I mean, I get
Yeah,
what
but
you're
man,
saying.
let me tell you this, right? Let me tell you why military rule will not work in any African state.
Let me
tell you why military rule will not work in any African state.
Please, let me say something.
African states needs military rule. African states need military rule. All of them.
But
Because
I can't. It's not going to work, bro.
Let me tell you something. I want to hold on. Hold on. Let me say something more. Let me say something more. Hold on.
Let me finish speaking first. Let me finish speaking. Oh my goodness. I mean, we live in the U.S. Afrodamus in the U.S. Do you know any company that is owned by our American government, or is the private sector that are really creating jobs for people? There's no national company. There's no national company for the U.S. I mean, that's the point I'm saying.
Afrodamus, I noticed you cutting me off. You don't cut nobody else off. But
because you keep talking over people, that's why I come fire.
I said something, and all of you jumping down my throat.
Well, you let the man finish his statement before you.
I don't get to finish my statement. How about that part?
Because you jump in, you're talking over someone. That's why people are talking over.
But nobody wants.
I can't speak, bro. I can go, bro. I can go.
Don't I have a right to speak? Don't I have a right to speak?
And then you come after.
I can't speak in it. I can go, bro.
None of you can bully me, bro. None of you can bully me.
I can't talk.
You all are big boys. Okay.
One mic.
Thank you.
One mic.
I can. Nobody's bullying you.
Bro, I can't take this hypocrisy and the sellout behavior. ECOWAS meeting look like South Africa Parliament. You feel me? And I can't take that stuff. No. Where is the white people in West Africa? Why is so much white people involved in African politics? How about that friendly stuff that y'all dealing with? Y'all friendly, very friendly.
Because
and
they
I
have
don't
money.
like it.
Because they have money. They bring money.
That means you are prostitutes. That just means you are prostitutes. You are
really?
whores.
So you that work for the white man, you prostitute.
Who sell their body for money? Who sell their loyalty for money?
No, they're doing business. They're not selling their body. They're doing business. Those are white investors. Listen, those white men you see, they're investors. They bring their money.
Let me give you an example.
They are not investors.
You can bring the money, so I can take you seriously.
Your countries, all of your countries are 10%.
You come to Africa broke.
Hold on, you see, nobody wants Africa.
Guys, hold on, guys.
Africa, how come you don't stop them from interrupting me? How come you don't stop them from interrupting me? Because they just jump on me.
Because you're not making sense, man.
But I can let me finish.
Guys, let's do, guys.
You can be an investor in a country, but you don't have to interfere in the politics. That's two different things. So you can be an investor, but why do you need to come to your parliament and know how they are doing your politics? We don't have in most of these countries. So
let me say this to you, my bro.
Before I say, let me say this to Zongo before I let Zongo.
Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point first before.
No, Zongo, be quiet, Zongo.
No, let me say this to you. Zongo, let me finish. Zongo, you're gonna go after me, yeah? In a few bit, innit? Let me say this to you. I'm gonna tie the question that Kifara asked you. You never really answered Kifara's question just now. But I'm gonna tie that question to what I was saying earlier on and the point that Ican made earlier on as well. The reason why we cannot move forward. The reason why Africa cannot move forward with military rule, any African state can't necessarily move forward with military rule for the progression of these people, is the reason why you see all these white Asian, all these European and Asian people in our AU summits. It's because we have not set the stage for political progression. The truth of the matter is that people that have set the stage for political progression are European people. You understand what I'm saying? So wherever there be any political progressive bloc or unit meeting, you're gonna see them there. AU summit, you're gonna see them there. Asian meetings, you're gonna see them there. You get what I'm saying to you? This is what I'm saying. In order for us to turn this table or turn the tide or change these things, we have to radically revamp our political systems. The only
Let me
countries that are
assist you.
doing it open as it stands on the African continent is Niger,
Okay,
Mali,
guys,
and
guys,
Burkina Faso.
guys,
So we have to
guys,
see
let's
that
do,
follow suit.
guys,
Mad dog,
let's
let me assist you.
hold
Let me
on.
assist you, Mad dog. 1 second, Afrodamas, please.
Yeah.
Let me assist you, Mad dog. We have to stop white people from surviving in Africa. You cannot allow these people to get rich while your people is poor. None of them is supposed to get rich in your country. They don't allow that in their country. None of them is supposed to own land. None of them is supposed to have no talk, nor no say, nor nothing in your goddamn country. They should not get to speak to the president. They should not get to speak to none of the leaders. They not qualified enough.
I can fire.
We should.
I made my money in the
We
United States. You know that, right?
Yeah, exactly, man.
I
I
made
don't
my
know
wealth
what
in
is
the
he
United
talking
States. You know that,
about.
right?
the reason is because they made your country suffer. You don't
What the hell
understand.
are you talking about, man?
That's because your
I
country
Of
has
I
so
course,
shouldn't
much
let a
more
white man
business.
come to make
Okay.
money in Nigeria, but I can come to
the
America to make
French
money.
and the French and the United
And
States. Hold on,
and
Mike.
if
Hold
I
on,
was
Mike.
in UK making money,
Hold
trying to
on, Mike.
become rich.
Wait, Mike. The French and the United States was involved in your coup. Was
But that's
involved
the
in your
government, though.
no.
So see,
The French and the United States was involved in
And
the
I know
killing
all that, but see,
of
Icon,
the
this is what you're
people in
mistaking.
Biafra.
You're not learning to separate government from the
You
people.
are ashamed. You are
exactly.
ashamed to
Yeah.
the people of
You
Biafra that
hold on
got
now, hold
killed
on.
in
Hold on, I can
in the
fire.
coup.
So I don't understand yourself. This is where people disagree with you. It's not like we disagree with saying that the government of France and the government of America are doing something bad and we're against that. That's not where our argument is. Your problem is you're saying anybody that has a white skin, we should just hate him.
Yes,
We should not allow him to
yes,
survive, do business. You
yes.
telling
They
us,
are
wait,
spies.
hold on. You're saying we should
Yes,
not
they
let a
are
white man.
spies. They
Hold
are
on now.
spies.
Hold on, listen.
They are spies.
I can't
Okay,
They
stop
are
okay,
spies.
interjecting when someone is
okay, I
speaking,
get
man.
you. Okay, let's say the one that's not spy among them. Is it okay for him to see opportunity somewhere to go make money? He's just an individual.
Go,
Yes,
It's an
that is
go to
correct.
his
I
individual.
can
country.
fire.
He
That
need
What
you
to
can't
go to his
you
rich
guys
country.
constantly coming to tell us is that
you
everybody
can't
that's
stop.
white, we should have
Yeah,
problem with them. We should hate them. We should not allow
Man,
them
this
to live their
this
life.
yeah.
So
That's what you guys come out to do. I'm
which
just saying
snake?
you can't
Okay,
get
all right, I'm
political.
gonna ask you something,
I
Mike.
can fire.
Stop the
I can
cutting.
fire.
All
Do
right,
you
I'm gonna ask
know?
you something,
I
Mike.
can
I'm gonna
fire.
ask you something, Mike. Hold on,
I
Mike.
can
I'm
fire.
gonna ask
Let me
you
ask you
something.
this
after
question
we
Which
for
gotta
you.
snake
block
is good?
I
Hold
can
on,
fire,
Mike.
man. He doesn't
Which
let other
snake
people
is
talk.
good? Hold on, can I talk? Which snake is good, Mike? Which one you gonna choose to be good?
First of all, I
You
can
know, you're
fire.
not making sense.
Okay,
First of
I
all,
can
All
fire.
right,
You
Do
all
you
right,
absolutely
guys,
know?
guys, guys,
Fire.
guys,
Are you
guys,
aware
guys,
that
guys. Hold
Nigeria
on,
do
guys,
own
guys. A
airport
good
in
hold on.
snake is
UK?
good. How about that?
Do you know
Hold on,
that
hold on,
the
guys. Hold
UK
on,
should?
hold on. Says, wow, did I Can Fire just call Africans prostitutes? Thank you for the super chat. Astro said, I can. Mike's wife is a white Dutch woman. He's a sellout,
No,
including the
no,
Nigerian. Hold on, they can't present logic. That's
no,
the only thing they know how to say.
no.
Guys, let me
They are
finish.
lying. They are
African,
lying on
what
Mike.
you need to ask him is, who's his
Hold on,
boss? He's probably sleeping fluff with a white man where he
hold on, guys.
every
Let me
Monday to
finish.
Friday.
Mike,
He
they
does
are lying
overtime
on you,
too.
right?
Guys,
Come on,
they
calm
lie
down on
from
you, right?
heavy lifting concrete for white man.
Mike and I can. You see why I put you down? Hold on, guys. Let me read this. The man paid for me to read this. Let me read it, okay? He says, Mike's wife is a white Dutch woman. He's a sellout, including the Nigerians on the panel and the Somali Rashad, aka Raccoon.
And another super chat from MS Delta. He said, I
What the
nominate.
fuck is that man Delta talk about?
Hold on.
What the fuck is he talking about?
He said, I nominate.
Alfredamus, if you investigate those people, you find out they're a bunch of miserable.
Hold on,
black
guys.
Mike, be quiet, man. Respect the host.
Including Icon.
Guys, he said, MS Delta said, I nominate Icon Fire for the chairmanship of ECOWAS. Anyone second? Thank you for the super chat. Oh, he wants Icon to be the new puppet. And hold on. It continues. It says, Icon Fire for president of the future West African Union. Motto: none of them can hide from the truth.
You know what's funny?
Okay, hold on. Let me read this other one too. From Supergirl. Thank you, Supergirl. Supergirl said, final thoughts, please, panelists. Short, sweet, and to the point. Thank you all for your contributions. And this is true, guys. Our final thoughts, nice, short, and sweet. All right.
Alfredamus, have you ever seen a rich black American doing fuck the white man? Hey, the white man. Broke miserable black men. They don't want to do all that stuff, you know.
Shut up, Mike.
Guys, closing statements. Hold on, closing statement. Mike, go for it. Your closing statement, last statement.
Here's the deal. These guys that talk like this, they're just miserable. They work for a white man. They're doing menial jobs, and the white man is their white boss is bullying them from Monday to Friday because they're a bunch of lazy.
So what?
But then
let him finish. Let him finish.
So what means because you're a bunch of hypocrite. But then you come to tell somebody that, oh, you doing business with a white man. You're a coon. I'm doing business. I'm making money. But you're working for him. Well, you calling me a coon? I'm a businessman. I'm engaging in business, making wealth. But you're working under him. But then you call me for sweeping floor for him from Monday to Friday, sweeping gutter and half of them in America or Europe, sweeping gutters. My MS Delta is in America. If he's so black, why can't he move to Jamaica or move to a black country and go work for a black man? Well, they're in America, they're in Europe, they're working for white men, sweeping gutters and doing menial jobs and being lawyer. Well, because they're a little bit lazy, the white man bully them, so they bring their frustration here to take it out on people like me. Like, you're cool, you're doing business with a white man. Like, it's not relevant. And finally, I'll tell you, Icon Fire, your problem is this. Your problem is where we have problem. If you here telling us that, hey, we have to have something against the government of France or government of these countries that are doing whatever, yeah, you have a valid argument. But you can't come here and be telling me they have to become racist. I have to hate any white person I see in my... What's that going to do for me? So, including you, first of all, that's just dumb and counterproductive. Because if you're telling me I shouldn't associate myself with anybody that have a white skin, then I'll be broke like you. Because most of people have to do business with you. I need you to have money for me to do business with you. And if you're white, you have money, you want to do business, I'll do business with you. I'll do business with any human.
Long-winded.
All right, thank you, Mike.
Just hush. Let me land.
Okay.
You can be telling people to not associate themselves with people because of this color of their skin. That's dumb. That's why you guys are broke. Because you stay in your ghetto, only want to associate yourself with your fellow dumb, miserable blacks. And you wonder why you're broke. You can't afford to pay your child support. And white men put you in prison for not paying child support.
Thank you, Mike. That was Mike. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, Mad Dog, closing statement. Whew.
All right, big up. I was gonna ask you to make my ask for you to make my closing statement now. But anyway, I'm gonna say this, yeah. I feel like once again, it's gonna be short and simple. The only countries on the continent right now, put ECOWAS to the side, the only countries on the continent right now that are making any statements, any social, political, progressive statements, is they are Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. I know Guinea-Bissau they're having talks of joining the Sahelian states or this Association of Sahelian States, whatever it's called. So Guinea-Bissau might actually join them in their movements for political freedom and all that stuff there. But I feel like that's what has to happen all across the continent. That ECOWAS stuff, okay.
Yeah.
The ECOWAS thing needs to be broken up. It needs to be broken up. I feel like every structure that is set up from political perspective, every political bloc and economic bloc that is set up, I think it needs to get revamped or it needs to get destroyed. You see that we just break loose from what you have and let's start creating new political blocks all across from a continental perspective, not from a regional perspective. However, from a greater continental perspective, you get what I'm saying to you. So
Thank you.
countries from all regions to come together and create new political and economic bloc. With that said, big up you man, yeah. Once
Thank
again,
you.
African most welcome back to the YouTube settings, yeah. I'll chat to you man later, yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. That was big dog. Big dog. All right. We got Kifaru closing statement. Kifaru. Kifaru, are you there? I don't know what happened to Kifaru. All right. I can fire closing statement. I can unmute yourself.
Yes, my people. Okay, this is what I have to say. Mike, I'm not dealing with I'm not trying to be enemies with you. You feel me? But you're not representing Yoruba properly. You talk like Tinubu. You feel me? Anyway, West African problem is not associating themselves with the proud to be black movement. You don't have moral fiber towards blackness. So you invite white people all around you and thinking that they are friends. You feel me? Thinking that the one that smile with you is a friend. Thinking that the one that give you a gift is a friend. You feel me? You don't understand that we cannot afford to forgive people for what they have done to us. We cannot afford to be forgiving them. And first of all, you cannot forgive people for what they did to you when we over here is the victims of it. It's not in your it's not in it's you have no right to forgive white people. You have no right. And when did you ask us if we forgive them? Or it don't matter. You cannot have those conflicting views about life. You see me? These people are at the helm of economics. They are the rich ones. They are the ones who have everything that you desire. And then you have nothing, but you are also rich. But your problem is you don't go to their place to spy.
So I can let me ask you this before you go. What do you think about Morocco opening their hearts and minds gate? So I mean being a real Pan African. What do you say to that?
Yeah, I have one word for that. They are weasels. And you should not get involved with those people because they need to be repaid. You feel me? This is what I have to say about us. We must not forget. The Sahel region, they don't have major animosity against ECOWAS. But they are looking out for their people in the right way, including the ECOWAS people that is in that has been captured. You feel me? Judging from the white people that I see in ECOWAS political meetings. You feel me? Judging from what I see, we know they are captured. And it's because of their bootlicking. Because if you had black patriotism in you, you would know that these people should be kept on a arm's length level. You feel me?
Okay, thank you. Well, before you leave, can you thank Nana Akufo for the good work he did, creating partnership between Ghana and the Caribbean countries? Can you at least give him a shout out before you leave?
Anyway, Nana Akufo-Addo needs to be a black patriot if you are a black patriot. He cannot be a black and white patriot. You feel me? And he needs to the church that he's building, he needs to turn it into a university. You feel me? Okay, that's what I have to say.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Dart Raven, you came late, but I'll give you 30 seconds. Go ahead, Dart.
Well, Zongo, I'm coming for you and all that stuff. You and your deregulation talk and all that stuff. We will have that debate very soon and all that stuff.
Okay,
No,
make sure
we
you.
will have that debate. It's just yesterday I was cooking an Irish stew and all that stuff, so I didn't have time. I was like, it's either I come to Abu or finish this Irish stew, otherwise my liver and lamb is gonna expire. So I
Okay,
needed to cook it. But
yeah,
Zongo, I'm coming for you and
make
your
sure you come for
deregulation.
Zongo another time.
Another time. But what I gotta say about this thing is, maybe perhaps it's time for the ECOWAS to have some introspection as well, to look within itself and realize why is it that many of these countries are choosing to break away from this organization? Because it's fundamental. It's fundamental that the principles that you stand on, that you're going against. Like, look at Senegal at the moment. If you see what's happening in Senegal, Macky Sall is choosing to, through constitution, choosing to extend his term because he couldn't find the right person to replace him as well. So he's choosing to extend, and they are saying nothing about it. Nothing about it. That's a constitutional coup and all that. So if you are showing examples and signs of being very two-mouth or two-faced or two-mouth in a way, of course you will have this situation. The organization will fail. It's not a good thing for West Africa ultimately, but I like the president of Guinea-Bissau that he's able to call out Ouattara and told him, how can you say this is unconstitutional, it's not right, and it's not democratic when you have done the same thing? The French president, the Senegalese president is doing the same thing. So, if you want an organization to fail, this is an example of it as well. So it's quite unfortunate as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Dart Raven. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hope to see you soon.
And I back up Icon Fire with whatever he says. I never heard it all, but Icon Fire is always on point until he knows where he stands.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
All right. Thank you. All right, Zongo, your turn.
Yeah, first of all, this Pan-African movement, they need to be banned. If I was a leader of a country, I'll ban this movement in those countries, actually.
Oh man, I'll have to do a show on them tomorrow maybe, because they've already gotten kicked out of Ghana. But go ahead.
They need to be banned because it kind of seems to me that they will stifle economic progress in these countries. The fact that you share a skin color with someone does not necessarily mean that the person can help the country to develop. You need to be given a liberty to trade with any country that you want to do. Afrodamas, I mean, as far as like today's topic is concerned, if it is really true that this cooperation between these countries is going to shift to Morocco, then I would say a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. And at the expense of what? The Moroccans are the ones going to make a lot of money from that. I mean, I'll be really baffled if that's going to be the end goal of this exit. But I hope it doesn't happen that way. I hope like this cooperation continues to exist. This emotions of these leaders is kind of curtailed so that they will come back to the economic bloc, so that the general people, because the concern is the general people. Let's forget about these leaders, because these leaders, they have their own selfish interests, self-interest. At the end of the day, it's just the general masses that they are going to suffer the most. We need more business people to create jobs for a lot of people. We have a lot of unemployed youth in these countries. And if you go back and forth between these government leaders, then man, the future is gonna be, very, very bleak. Uh and I hope a lot of you guys will learn from case studies like Singapore, Hong Kong, countries with almost zero resources, but yet if you go to their countries, you see growth, development, progress. You can learn something from that. I
Well,
rest my
thank you
case.
so much. Thank you, Zongo. Thank you very much. Shout out to Zongo. All right, the floor is yours, St. James.
Wow.
St. James, what do you want to say to, in your closing statement about this?
Uh, I'm gonna say a few things about, yeah. Once again, Zango is pivoting, which is good, but I'm gonna address him. He's worried about job being lost if we create, like, we leave ECOWAS. So how about the number of jobs that Nigeria lost when they put the sanction on them? Do you know how many people lost their entire businesses in Benin, at the port of Benin, when ECOWAS put the sanctions? I know a lot of people who lost money, so businesses are lost, money is gone, people are suffering in Nigeria for how many months? No one cares. You're talking about growth. What growth are you talking about if people are sanctions? They did the same to Mali. It didn't work. Mali what we forgot to talk about today. Mali took ECOWAS to court and they won their case. I want people to remember that Mali took ECOWAS to court and they won their case. So don't sit here and talk about the emotions of the leaders. So maybe you are misguided. You don't understand. People have been going through stuff for a long time and they have been quiet, thinking ECOWAS was going to get its stuff together so we can move to the right directions. And it's not happening. People are taking a meeting to Europe and discussing how they can, block certain countries in Africa. We see through it. You don't want to discuss it? Well, I'm going to discuss it today. Your own president took a meeting to the United States trying to, you know what happened there. So don't act like you didn't see it. We saw it. So we're telling you all these little things led up to us leaving. And you're talking about emotions. What's emotions? Emotion don't mean anything. I'm talking about we got together, 3 countries got together, same people talking about we're going to take care of ourselves. That should be applauded.
It is.
It should be applauded. So who's telling you? I know a few countries, if you want to mention the names, who are ready. They are at the doors. They're checking to see, hey, can we join? They're a little afraid. I get it. Guinea is afraid. We get
Guinea Conakry.
They're afraid, but they're coming. Togo is at the door. Togo wants to come too. We got 5 countries already that I just mentioned. So let's not talk about this organization has a potential to grow. We don't want to replace ECOWAS, but let's not talk about emotion. These people are grown. They've been through stuff, man. What happened to Nigeria was the how you call it, like when I saw what happened to Nigeria and when I was back home, people were like, you know what? Nah, this is not going to happen to Burkina. This is not going to happen to Mali. These people were getting ready to overthrow our president, by using the national puppet. Look at how many coups when Ibrahim Traore took power. Look at how many coups he avoided. So many attempts. People don't talk about. They're trying to take down this guy, man. Yeah. So do you think that's easy? Do you think because he's doing the right thing?
Right.
If he wasn't doing the right thing, nobody would worry about him. People would be like, okay, you know what? Do what you got to do and go. Every single day they're trying to kill that dude, man.
Because he's doing the right thing.
He's doing the right thing. Because you're talking about this guy said, if I get killed, I'm at least I did the right thing for my country. He has no ego. This guy has no ego. He's not looting the country. He's doing the right thing. What we're gonna do? We're not gonna take order from nobody anymore. If ECOWAS is about the people, the first thing you gotta do is not economic. You gotta make sure that you guys are not taking order from the West. You guys are not being the puppet of somebody else. If that's the case, how can we grow? Why do we go to the next conversation? We can't even get these facts right. We can't get this thing right.
Right.
So our IAS, right, the Sahelian region, is funded by us. No Russian even give us money. Everybody's talking about the Russian. We don't even take money from the Russians. This is funded by us for us. So the first step is already correct. ECOWAS missed that part. If the 3 countries don't decide together, nothing moves. So that means what? The chairman of IAS, wherever, he can't make a decision, tell the other country you gotta follow. We gotta make the decision together, 100%. Who wouldn't join something like this?
Well, I mean, ECOWAS is facing a challenge.
It has to be. Listen, you have to see through this.
You have to see these people are not going to leave us alone if we don't stand together. So we try to make that happen. Coup is going to happen, but guess what? People will come back to the Constitution again. It's not a problem for them. I want it. I don't want coups, but if you got to study the reason of the coups. If Traore didn't do it, do you think if Traore didn't come to power, do you think Burkina would be the way it is?
It will be hard.
Ask yourself who brought the terrorists. Ask yourself who brought the terrorists. We've been trying to tell ECOWAS, this is a big plot. This is a bigger plot. This is a bigger plot. You got to understand. Even today, the terrorists are coming from Algeria. Algeria. When Mali was getting ready to fight the terrorists in Kidal, everybody, the French say, oh, you guys cannot win because they are more equipped than you. The Malians say, no problem. We take our chances. They got to Kidal.
How did the French know?
They know. They took off.
Because they gave them the...
They took off, Afro-Damas. They took off. They didn't even fight. They took off. They went to Algeria. So this country, they picked this country to destabilize us. You got Algeria on that side. You got on the other end from Niger. Why Niger is so important for them? Because Niger is close to Libya.
Yeah.
These people come from Libya too. So we tell ECOWAS this is a bigger plot to wipe us out, and still these people are putting sanctions on us. So you're not with us.
This is true. You're
100%
correct. Thank you so much, St. James, for coming.
I appreciate you, man. I'm trying to get it. You know, people. I hate when people are talking about emotion. This is our survival, because your country is not being attacked. You guys are doing fine because we taking the bullet for you. Ghana is doing fine because Burkina is taking the bullet. I want my people to open the northern border so Ghana can feel it. Trust me, I want them to feel it. Because they think it's a joke. Because when Mali was being attacked, trust me, Burkina, we were chilling. Oh, this is only happening in Mali. This is only happening in Mali. Come to find out, this is in my country. My country has been peaceful since the 60s. Now we look at what's happening. Yeah. Because we didn't go help Mali. We didn't go help Mali. We felt like, okay, no, this wouldn't come to us. You got people in Ghana cheering. Oh yeah, these people, hey, coup d'etat, coup d'etat. Okay, it's gonna happen to you, and we see what happens.
Exactly. Thank you, St. James. Thank you. That was St. James, guys. Shout out to St. James. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that brought us to the end of the show. I want to thank all of you for coming in, like, subscribe, all those who, super chatted, supporting the show. Thank you for that. The conversation, there's no right or wrong answer, but the discussion was definitely interesting. I will definitely see you guys on the next one. And that's going to be another interesting topic. Until next time, peace.
Baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No roof on my top and my babe see-through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, shit ain't gon' feed you. I've been all on my grind, so why I need you? Baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No roof on my top and my babe see-through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, shit ain't gon' feed you. I've been all on my grind, so why I need you? Big flex, my swole up. Double cup and I'm pulled up. Niggas hating like hold up.